Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. After handing New York its first loss in 6 weeks Monday, the Spurs visit the Knicks tonight in Game 4 of the NBA Finals, looking to even the series at 2. Tip-off from Madison Square Garden set for 8:30. Stanley Cup Final, the Hurricanes tied the series at 2 in Game 4 Tuesday with a 5-3 win of the Golden Knights. Jordan Staal scored the game winner and is the first to score in the first 4 games of a Cup Final since the Islanders' Mike Bossy in 1982. NFL Browns signed first-rounder Casey Concepcion to a 4-year deal worth nearly $20 million in guaranteed money. Cleveland has now signed all 10 picks. Baseball guards host the Yankees at 1:10. Carlos Rodon and Parker Messick the pitching matchup. Reds visit the Padres at 4:10. Brady Singer starts against Michael King. This update sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. Together to serve you better. Scheduled today at thewaterworks.com.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, great to have you aboard, Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Cannon. Boys, how we feeling?
What up, what up? Feeling good, man. Feeling good. How are you today, brother?
Okay.
Just okay? What's going on? Talk to me.
The cup.
Oh, you're tired. Okay.
No, I'm not even tired.
Oh,
I'm
just the result.
A little annoyed.
Okay.
But it's okay.
Understood.
You know, I want Vegas to win, but I am very entertained. I think this is the best final I've seen in forever. I think that the style and the chaos and the fire alarms on ice, it's just the goalies kind of going back and forth as far as who's going to make that save. And I have to remind myself that Carolina won 53 games this year, 113 points. I think when Torch took over and Vegas started to press the button and flip the switch, I think everybody kind of vaulted them to, well, they're the team to beat. Well, they didn't even have home ice in the final. But when I think I'm having a little PTSD, and I'll tell you why. So the year that Torch was here, the year they swept Tampa, best team in the last 25 years, they broom them off. And here comes Boston and Tuukka Rask, and we got a chance to flip the series, and we don't. Like, you have a chance on home ice, go up 3-1. Like, there's a chance there, and it's an opportunity that I always feel is missed, and that's what Vegas missed last night. On home ice, a chance to slant the series 3-1 and then force a team to beat you 3 straight times. It's a massive thing, and I don't want to overlook that. However, if you do believe that the series, and I did before, was going 6 anyway or 7, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, this is going to happen. Back and forth we go. And that's what happened last night. Both coaches have to be just, I don't know, their heads have to be spinning. This is not the style they want to play. All the goals, I would say that this is what Carolina does. I've watched them enough. Because my instinct was, why did Vegas come out flat last night? Why do you come out flat last night with a chance to win that game and go up 3-1? And I have to check myself and say, you've seen this. You can try. They're relentless. This is what Carolina comes out of the gate, and all you're able to do is we've got to flip that puck out. We got to rim it, get it out, take away danger, and do what you can. And they go down 2-0. Now they battled back, and I have to give it to one guy, and I mentioned this yesterday. They went with Brandon Bussey.
Yep.
Freddie Anderson did not dress. He was the emergency goalie if they needed him. And Brandon Bussey had not started a playoff game in his career, let alone a Stanley Cup final. Right. And what I thought watching the game was that when he gave up the 3-1 lead and Vegas tied it, I said, this is it. Now you get him. Because I don't think he was going to feel the pressure at the beginning. Because Matty, he went in with such little expectation, even though he had a great game in the previous one, even though they lost. Think of this as like the backup quarterback. You know, he goes in, very little expectation, starts winging it around. All of a sudden, my goodness, nobody expected this. And I think that Bussey went in there, and once he gave up the lead, I thought, all right, this is the time he's going to feel it now. He's now given up the lead. They staked him 2-0. They staked him 3-1. They've given it up. And Vegas did everything they could in that third period to take the lead, and he stood on his head. And the game winner's a joke to me. I mean, I not a joke in that it's not a good goal. It's just
how it happened.
I'm just going nuts. You got four. There's a turnover in the middle of the ice, which is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah.
And then it's fire alarm city. And everybody has to go to the puck. And I see Vegas with 4 guys under the goal line. And nobody is identifying position because they have to find the puck and they have to help their teammate. And it's just random chaos. Puck squirts out. Hart commits. Jarvis' Stahl is falling down and contorts his body for a flip that goes past the glove of Hart.
Wild.
The series,
absolutely
the roller coaster of emotions that I'm on watching every period is amazing.
Thoroughly entertained. I've been watching this series, and I don't think you could ask for much more through a handful of games, right? In the Stanley Cup final, when you have the back and forth that we're witnessing right now. You brought up something that I think is real, that these coaches have to be surprised by the level of offensive output we're getting to this point, because there was a thought coming into this that goals are going to be hard to come by, right, in this series. And right now, there is a combined 33 goals in the Stanley Cup final here at the moment. That's the third highest in the history of the Cup final, all the way back to 1980 with the Islander and the Flyers. And so, yeah, Stahl at, what is he, 36, 37 years old, having the series that he's having is eye-opening, to say the least. Like, this guy is on an absolute heater right now, racking up goals, racking up points, doing everything that you could want at the most critical portion of the hockey calendar. His 5th career multi-goal playoff game last night. And so you had one of the Unks and one of the OGs step up for Carolina with Bussy last night. But yeah, I just think from start to finish so far, AR, this thing is delivering, absolutely delivering, and then some with the dramatics and the hockey that we're watching these dudes play right now.
I knew it was going to be a battle. I mean, I knew the series was going to be great, but now it's a best of 3. And Carolina has 2 at home, if they can get there. Because if Vegas can steal the next game, then they have a chance to close it out. And then you have to take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. But this is hockey. Home ice means a lot until it doesn't. It's a weird game. You know what I mean? It just doesn't have that same. I was thinking about this when watching the NBA Finals the other day, and there's really no reason, technically, that fans should be sitting on the court. Like, really, when you really think about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
with drinks and food and all of it.
I don't know, somebody took out former Mayor Bloomberg the other day, like, went in with a size 12 and just, you know what I mean? It's like, when you think about it, I know they're taking this is responsibility, right? This is your own responsibility. Absolutely. You want to sit there. Yeah. You better have your head on a swivel and not DJ Khaled knee deep in your phone all night. He's the one that deserves somebody coming in, right? He honestly is. He's the one. Man, I
think his frame could probably handle that, though. He could handle that type of body blow.
Just go limp.
Yeah, I think he and Fat Joe are built for that. But, yeah, you think about, I mean, a lot of the times, like the highlights we've seen of Shaq back in the day running into the crowd. Like the funniest one is when Shaq was running into his own bench, and everybody just gets up and runs. Everybody just clears out from that thing.
So that's a home advantage.
Would you like
all your fans around the court?
Yeah.
Like, it's as big as it gets.
Especially when you got former players right there barking at the refs and yelling at players, too. It's pretty insane.
Football's pretty massive when you're on defense and you can create an atmosphere that's tough for guys to hear the signals and all that.
Got a question for you. If Carolina wins the next game, would you like for me to then hop on the air and say the 3 most magical words in sports radio?
I think I want you to just stay away from the whole thing.
But I think it'll work in Vegas' favor if I do it that way. They go up 3-2. I'm going to do it if Carolina wins the next one.
I'm nervous that since I lifted the cooler curse this week, rubbing shoulders with JT posted on Thursday, and he goes on to win, he should not have wanted to come within a mile of me. He should have said, can we do it over the phone? I feel like your streak could end in a really bad way, and I wouldn't want it attached to this.
They're not going to. Carolina's not winning Game 6 on Vegas' home ice. They're not doing it.
Don't say that.
So I'm going to do it.
Please don't.
I'm going, because this is what Vegas needs.
All right, so you will not do it in reverse, though.
No,
Like,
if
Vegas wins.
With Game 6, I'm not doing it for
Okay.
Game 7.
I
This
don't-
is Carolina or bust
I may
after
have to
Game
ask
5.
you just for a favor this time.
Sit it out.
Just a personal favor. And just sit this one out. Just either way. I don't want to anger the hockey gods either way. These are veteran teams. They both have experience. The Canes have been together a long time. I know people think it's Vegas and, the original Misfits and a few of them and guys that have been around. But I think Carolina, as we talked about before the series, they're battle tested.
Yeah.
And they could do this very easily, just like Vegas can. And that's why this is such a great series. But
AR, will it be 2 and 4 years for Vegas or 2 and 3 if they win this one? Because I know they've been around for
Cassidy won in. I'd have to look that. This
is their third appearance in the Cup since they became an official team in the league, which was 9 years ago.
In 23.
Okay,
so you'd have year 24, 25, and this would be 26. So 2 and 4,
crazy,
I guess.
Insane. The fact that they're even back is wild. Let alone winning another one, and they've been around less than a decade.
Well,
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this was a 39-win team. I mean, you go to the standings, and I'll check this real fast for you. And this is what made the Torts bump so impressive. Vegas had 95 points. They won their division. They would have been eliminated if they were in the East.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're playing for the Cup.
Very fortunate.
That's how tough it was in the East.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in hockey. I mean, 95 points won you the Pacific. And they're playing for the Cup. And they're 2 wins away.
Wow.
So the old adage, just get in. If you're a certain team with a certain coach, it matters.
Yep.
All right, we got Schefter, bottom of the hour. We'll come back. Todd Monken has spoken, and he's taking his time and maybe moving his own goalposts. And we'll decide if that's okay next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Take action with Logan Services. Get up to $900 off with Train Instant rebates and up to $2,000 system discount, plus 10-year parts and labor warranty. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Every time you pull onto a job site, your name pulls in with you. That's why the pros trust Bobcat equipment. Buy the machine you're proud to run, backed by the crew that's been serving the industry since 1975. That's 50 years of showing up, long after you receive the keys. Bobcat Enterprises is here for you with 9 locations serving Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. On every job, you deserve a team that stands behind you. Visit bobcatent.com to learn more.
Experience the adrenaline of Barrett Jackson in Columbus, Ohio, June 25th to 27th. See hundreds of no reserve collector cars cross the auction block, interactive sponsor displays, and a wide selection of food and drinks. It's an exciting, high-octane event for fans of all ages. Tickets on sale now at barrett-jackson.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is, how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 co-workers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our verdicts and settlements. There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Call today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you want and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, foreclosures, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Call today and speak with me, John Kozik, for an all-cash offer and the help you need. At 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000, TurboTrackRealty.com.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Could see a chance of showers and thunderstorms as we go late afternoon and early evening. Otherwise, for most of us, the sunshine continues to build in throughout the day as highs soar into the low 90s, but with the humidity, it could feel like we're in the mid to upper 90s. For tonight, lows down into the 70s again with partly cloudy skies, and then we'll see some chances of showers and thunderstorms heading into your Thursday. Breezy winds and highs in the low 90s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah? The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, let me tell you about how many people care of who's playing quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I feel like there's a lot of interest in it. It's not something that we've just manufactured for sports radio.
No, I think this is going to be 2 consecutive off seasons into a training camp to where there's going to be a high level of intrigue with the Browns quarterback room and how that's going to unfold and who's going to be the guy. Absolutely. I think it's real.
I'm going to make the assumption that Deshaun Watson, while maybe his top priority isn't earning the millions, it's showing himself in the world he can still play football at a high level at that position. I think there's motivation there, especially when you're healthy again.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. It's a big deal for athletes, a big deal for everyday people. When you feel better, you're more motivated.
No
and when you're not, you're fighting something that is very difficult to overcome. Now, we've seen athletes do it, but it weighs on you. And now that he's healthy, presumably, I'm sure he's feeling good.
Yeah, and real quick, because I think that's a good point you bring up. It's, yes, the motivation financially to chase, another contract and all of that stuff, but I think he should be excited looking around the league that at the opportunities that are being handed out to guys that are on their second and third team, whether it's a Baker Mayfield, whether it's a Sam Darnold, whether it's a Geno Smith, Kyler Murray now, like guys that have flashed, and his flashes and his peak is higher than the guys that I just mentioned, right? When you go back to his time in Houston, you put together a good season, whether it's Cleveland or somebody else, based off of what we're seeing now around the league. I think he's going to have his opportunities to be the guy because he's not that old.
I'm making a leap here that he cares, and I'm assuming he does, and I think he cares about a couple things. He cares about rewriting his legacy.
Correct.
Because when he came out, he lifted that Clemson program to another level. He took them to a natty they hadn't had in 3 decades.
Dabo's calling him the Michael Jordan of quarterbacking coming out of college.
So that's who he is.
Yeah.
And I think that he's one of those guys that then went through an off-the-field destruction, maybe to his own doing, probably to his own doing. And he's the punchline still. He really is. You mentioned the word massage, and two names come up, his and Robert Kraft's.
That's real.
And I'm just saying that if he wants to outplay that narrative, just play well. And the other part about it is that he sees a young quarterback on his own team who's got a lot of swag and a lot of name and a lot of fans hoping it works out and a lot of risks up. And there's just a feel like maybe the Browns finally did something incredibly well and either lucked out or got value in a quarterback late in the draft when they've been so busy trying to do it at the top of the draft, and maybe they found somebody. And so I think he's got a fire lit under him by that too, and that's needed, right? It's needed that you have somebody pushing you that may take the position. Let me tell you who doesn't care who quarterbacks the Cleveland Browns. The Las Vegas sports books. They don't seem to care, because their over-under is 5.5. And that seems, if they really thought that Deshaun Watson was the key to it all, I don't know if that number would be that way. I know it's a team game, and it's the division they play in, and the schedule and all that, but they have an easy schedule on paper, and they may have a very highly thought-of quarterback coming back in Deshaun Watson. And this thing, ever since the Myles Garrett trade, has gone the other way. So what's tipped their over-under is not the quarterback potentially coming back. It's not who's here. It's who's gone.
I don't really know how anyone, Deshaun Watson included, can truly believe that he's going to come out on the other side of these two Achilles injuries on the same leg and play at the highest of levels right now. Because if you're Deshaun, you haven't done this for a long time now. So there's got to be some self-doubt. He's going to come out publicly and say all the right things. But until you do it again, I don't think that belief can be sparked again in a realistic way until week in, week out, you're seeing yourself do this. And so the uncertainty coming from Vegas' side of things, I think is fair at this point, because regardless of who the guy is, we really don't know. And now you're subtracting Myles Garrett from the equation too, inside a division that's probably going to be fairly tough. Feels like that's appropriate. It's going to be an uphill climb for him.
We'll include that in a special poll that we have at 1 o'clock today. The Browns head coach, Todd Monken, was a guy who started by saying, yeah, I'd love to have a guy named by now. I'd love to do it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't. And I don't know why he's getting crushed for this, but apparently he is. But let's hear from Todd Monken on remaining undecided.
Well, I would have hoped that, but I like both of them. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's really as simple as that. I like both of them, and we haven't had the pads on. That's the hard. We haven't, as much as I'd love to have made that decision, either by someone separating themselves upward or downward, either way, which has not occurred. So, and we haven't even gotten to practicing against an opponent, putting the pads on, having a controlled scrimmage or playing preseason games. I would have loved to it. I was being honest. I think you'd love to have the starter named. I just can't do it. I'm not there yet. That's the reality of it.
I wonder if he's thinking like first right of refusal. Like, who should I give the first chance to look good? In my mind, I'm probably going to play both quarterbacks this year anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot see a scenario where whomever starts is hanging on to this job for the year.
Start to finish.
It
doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Gonna play.
I think that's the appropriate way to go about this. Because you have to, I think, at some point in time, know for sure what Shador is before you make another decision to go to a young quarterback next year. That to me just has to happen, whether it's a clean runway for Deshaun for the first couple months, and then let's say after that bye week, I think their bye week's around week 11, week 12, Shador gets the rest of that. I'm fine with that. I'm also fine with Todd Monken not having the answer right now on June 10th. Like, that to me would honestly be wild if a coach was dealing with a true competition at that position and said on June 9th or 10th, hey, I'm rolling with this guy come September. Like,
I agree with you.
We can let this thing breathe. They've got, 3 preseason games. He mentioned maybe some of the joint practices. You link up with Chicago or Buffalo, one of those teams that you have in the preseason. Coming out of that, for me, I think that is good. To just have a week or two prior to your first game, knowing who the guy is. So I'm not going to press Todd Monken for, I guess, going back on his word. I don't view it that way. Both these guys, it sound like, stepped up to the plate over the last week or two and have been playing some decent ball under center right now. And so I think this is a good issue to have at the moment. I would just prefer for them to have it cleared up a week or two prior to game one.
Yeah. He never guaranteed anything.
Yeah.
He said it was his preference. I would take every last minute I could. Take every last bit of information. Unless there's a clear-cut guy. And then the other thing you have to take into account is if I name a guy, I got to make sure that how it affects my locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have we seen enough where some guy deserves this? Unless the higher percentage of the team feels that since Shedeur was here and he went through it last year, that he deserves a chance to continue. But I don't think there's any fear of that. I think that this is going to be they're trying to rebuild this thing. So why make any declaration on anything if you really don't know? It'd be one thing if it was going up against a rookie and you're like, okay, Deshaun's back. He's healthy. He's our starter. We traded for him. We gave up all this for him. We're going to lean back into the guy that we gave a lot of this franchise for. Yeah. Now, that's the argument for Deshaun. Like, I just made the argument for, well, that's stupid. Why wouldn't it be Deshaun? You gave up the world for him. You presumably think he's a lot more talented than Shedeur, but he hadn't played like it,
right?
So he doesn't deserve it yet. He deserved it when they traded for him, but not now. But not now.
Or not now.
He doesn't, and he has to work his way back and try to earn this job. And I also think you want him to earn the job. Like, nobody wants to be. You don't want to gift this to anybody.
No. You don't want to set that tone as a coach either. That our head coach is just handing out goodie bags to these guys. Like, you don't want any of that going on. For me, this Browns offense has a lot to figure out in the next couple of months, and that's fine because they've got plenty of time to do it. But whether it's the offensive line, bringing in your first-round pick and figuring out how comfortable he's going to be on the left side, and then some of the vets that you brought in as well, along with now blending in two more young wide receivers and in a year two wide receiver in Isaiah Bond that I'm sure is figuring it out as well. Outside of this stuff with Deshaun and Shedeur, there's still a lot of questions. And I think for Todd Monken, this is the appropriate way to go about it.
All right, coming back in 2 minutes, and a certain player's comeback buzz is growing fast. And it's because our next guest dropped a shocking prediction. Schefter in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Join T-Bone and Tyvis mornings on the Fan for football, food, and fun, featuring T-Bone.
Now, when you were talking about the football stuff, I was listening, but when you said Waffle House, I leaned forward in my chair.
And national champ Tyvis Powell.
I was staring myself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes today looking at it.
Where they solve all the world's complex problems.
We're not putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container.
Sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Football, food, and fun with T-Bone and Tyvis. Weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on The Fan.
Hey, Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are zero commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer, and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Take what you want, leave what you don't. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355 or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Your next getaway is closer than you think at your Columbus Zoo. Baby elephants, playful tigers, hungry giraffes. Explore North America Trek and discover rescued bear cubs, eagles, and more. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
NFL Playbook with ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
It's always fun to be able to come back, especially on a great team, but, the second act is not a sure thing. And you kind of go back, like Marshawn Lynch Forgettable second act with the Raiders. Randy Moss came out of retirement, right? Just in time for the Niners run and all that. He wasn't the player he was. And Deion Sanders came back after 3 seasons away from you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there wasn't great success. You guys missed the playoffs both years. Now, I don't know Aaron Donald. I don't know what he's got left. But on his podcast, Adam Schefter said he believes it is now, quote, more likely than not that the future Hall of Famer is going to come back and play for the Rams after retiring 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Body is fresh, AR. He's ready to go.
Is he?
I think he can get this thing done. I think he can be an impactful player for him. I would never expect Aaron Donald to come off the couch at 35 and be the defensive player of the year he was at the peak of his powers. But I think with the unit that they have around him already, and then with the new addition in Myles Garrett, we know he's getting the majority of the attention. Like, I don't know if Aaron Donald's ever played with a player at that level in his career. I don't think he has off the top of my head. And so, yeah, you can understand why he would be interested. And I think if this does happen, there'd be a plan for him, right, to where this guy isn't going to be playing 80% of the snaps at this point in his career. Mm-hmm. I think they limit him, have him come out of the bullpen, put him in some key pass rushing situations, and let him hunt with Myles.
Yeah, let me be clear. There's nothing he can do to hurt his legacy. That I'll be honest about. I mean, he's a first-team All-Pro 8 times.
Yeah.
Like,
he's stamped.
So not many players can say they were an All-Pro in their final season. So he doesn't really have anything left to prove. I think this is more about being a part of a run to a Super Bowl again. And
it's a position to AR to where we're not asking him to be one of the fastest guys anymore, right? Like an old wide receiver that's got to beat young DBs. Like we saw it last year where you can get away with it at certain positions. Like Phillip Rivers can come in. If you protect him, he can get things done at a pretty high level. I think this could work for the Rams.
It's the team that he'd be coming back to.
Correct.
Because Reggie White had 16 sacks with the Packers at 37 years old, and he's first-team All-Pro, and he wins Defensive Player of the Year, and then he hangs on for a year with the Panthers?
And everything we've seen from Aaron Donald in his career, and since he's walked away from the game, is that this guy, it seems like he's in peak condition and peak physical shape all the time.
The man that got it churning is our guy, Adam Schefter, ESPN Senior NFL Insider on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fangast Hotline. My man, welcome back.
What is going on, guys?
Well, I just quoted you from your podcast on the potential of Aaron Donald's return. Now, quote, more likely than not that the future Hall of Famer returns to the Rams.
With context, I said, like, I'm guessing. That's a guess, right? But just me reading all the clues, that's what I think. I'm not reporting. That's what I think. That's my
belief.
Just from talking to people. It's not a report. It's my opinion. And you know, that's, I guess, one of the questions that comes along with when I give an opinion, people take it as news. And it's not really a hard report that it's more likely. That's my opinion. And we'll see if my opinion turns out to be right.
Do you remember the E.F. Hutton commercial from way back then? You and I are of a certain age. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. I think that's you, my man.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just trying to give you some informed speculation. And that is speculation that it's more likely than not. But, look, it's all there. Like, he himself, Aaron Donald, has talked about, he's considering it. The Rams are open to it. Myles Garrett is back there. They're going to have as good a team as any in football. He's going to come back and be celebrated, appreciated, wanted. Like, who wouldn't want that while he's making, like all those things make me say it's more likely than not. But he may decide, you know what, I'm retired, I'm not coming back. That could happen.
Is there anything from a salary cap standpoint of how anything creative they would have to do to be able to accept him back?
Well, yeah, I don't know whether he's under contract. I think he is. I'm sure that they would have to revise the contract to make it work and fit. Yes.
Okay. Schefter, we were reacting to Baker Mayfield's comments about the contract situation with he and the team right now, and I can't remember if it was we're not close or we're far apart or whatever it was. It just doesn't sound like at the moment they're not seeing eye to eye. So what's your understanding of what Baker Mayfield is asking for right now?
Well, I don't know what he's asking for, but it's not hard to figure it out. If you look at the top 8 quarterbacks in football, they all make somewhere between 52.5 and 55. Like, there's about 10 quarterbacks in that range. Daniel Jones just signed for 2 years, $88 million, upside to $100. So let's just call Daniel Jones 50. You got Justin Herbert and Matthew Stafford at 52.5. You got a group of quarterbacks at 55, including Jordan Love and Joe Burrow and others. Like, that's the range, somewhere between 50 and 55. It's not a hard deal to work out. It's just not close right now.
All right, so let me follow up on that. Not close right now. What is your belief that what's like a guess on that whether this is going to get done or whether Baker, if he doesn't get what he wants, would play out this year and then all of a sudden somebody would possibly swoop in next year and he'd have a new team?
Well, I don't expect that to happen because the Bucs should have their franchise tag. They're not just going to let their starting quarterback walk and go to free agency. That's not going to happen. So, no, I don't view that as a practical, reasonable outcome right now. And by the way, it's June 10th, so it's very easy for Baker to talk like this on June 10th. If it's September 10th or August 10th and there's no deal, okay, then we can have that conversation. But they still have their franchise tag. Like, I mean, I don't remember the last time that a team let a quality starting quarterback just walk out the door and get to free agency.
Yeah, that would be eye-opening for sure. So Brandon Ayuk's trying to make this, it seems like, as difficult as possible for San Francisco, and obviously he wants out. He keeps throwing out these videos. I'm sure that you've seen, Schefter, to apply pressure to the situation. Yeah. So what's the holdup from San Francisco's side, I guess, and why they're not hitting the gas pedal on getting him out of there?
Well, because I think they want to hold off and see if there's anybody that would be willing to give them any sort of draft pick compensation when they paid all this money for this guy and got very little in return. Why are they doing him any favors? What's the rush?
I guess just to eliminate this noise and this distraction. I get that it's June 10th, but I just think at this point he's making it so loud that they would want to turn the volume down on this as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I understand that point, but again, I don't think they're in the business of doing him any favors at this point in time.
I saw your report that the Bengals restructured the contract of Burrow, created some cap room. The motivation here is what?
Cap room. And by the way, like, I could be wrong about this, but I mean, I know that is not something that the Bengals ordinarily do, and I believe, I think I heard that that was the first time that they've ever restructured a contract. Could that be right? Like, that's crazy if that's true. I think I heard somebody say that yesterday. So either way, they don't do it very often if they've ever done it at all. But obviously they wanted the $10 million in cap space. They have the Dexter Lawrence trade to pay for. They have other moves they want to make, draft class signings and practice squad moves and anything that they do on the roster this year. So Joe Burrow gave them the $10 million, not gave them, restructured to create the $10 million in cap space, and now they have it.
Yeah, you're correct. It's the first time they've done that. I mean, they've had players take pay cuts before, but they've never restructured.
Right. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is. And I guess his pay is staying the same. They're just basically taking a portion of his money and prorating it.
Shifting it around.
Okay.
Schefter, what's the word on the street with some of the veteran wide receivers that are household names like a Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, and those guys, especially Diggs? I mean, Diggs coming off a very solid year with New England. I understand he's had some stuff off the field to clear up, but like the interest around the league with those guys right now, where are we at with that?
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys are used to making some real money, and that money may not be there just yet, and it may not get there at all. But they're not willing to just give in right now. If the money is what it is, they figure they could wait. Maybe a team will suffer an injury during camp. Maybe a team will decide it wants to pony up its offer. And so people like that, they're waiting for the right opportunity at the right time, which in their minds has not yet materialized.
Are there going to be teams, in your opinion, you think maybe calling Minnesota about J.J. McCarthy? I'm sure Kevin O'Connell wants to see Kyler and J.J. go at it. It feels to me like Kyler's going to be the guy. And they've got Carson Wentz there as well, Schefter. So in the next, let's say, month or two, do you think there's going to be interest around teams maybe trying to acquire J.J. McCarthy?
Well, I think it might get to that eventually, but I don't think that it's there today. And let's see how the quarterback competition plays out. They have been adamant that there'll be a quarterback competition. You know, the Vikings, I don't think they're going to just trade him away now before they get a chance to see how he performs in camp, during camp. Now, let's fast track it a little bit. Let's just say that Kyler happens to win the starting job. If Kyler wins the starting job, could I see at that point in time maybe the Vikings listening? That's possible, yeah, but I don't see that happening right now.
Just don't know anybody. Just hasn't shown enough to be worth much to anybody yet, unless somebody else somehow believes or is desperate enough. They're in a weird spot. I mean, they hope they're in a good spot with Kyler Murray, because if that works out, then he's their quarterback of the future for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they're looking for one way or another. And I think that they're hoping that Kyler Murray could have the same type of impact on their offense and team that Daniel Jones had on the Colts last year. And we'll see whether or not that can happen.
Yep. All right. Well done, my man, as always. Have a great rest of the day. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
You too. That's our guy, Adam Schefter, senior NFL insider for ESPN on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. You know, speaking of quarterbacks and salaries, there is a guy somewhat associated with the game who talks about the game who might make more than every quarterback who's starting in the NFL. That's next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Hey, this is D. Miller. Did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? They have low energy, low sex drive, low motivation, and barely recognize themselves. But 100% of them can get all that back and feel like themselves again at Low T Center. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic, changing lives since 2009. They can help you get your energy, focus, and sex drive back. They even work with most major insurance providers. So head to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone test. That's fixmylowt.com.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
The buzz is real at Zoombezi Bay's award-winning conservation tower. 3 all-new water slides, 1 thrilling experience. Make your splash at ZoombeziBay.com.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It is very difficult these days to find a great deal. Imagine if you had to buy something and you knew you had a certain amount you had to buy, but you got half of it for free unexpectedly. That would be an awesome deal. Well, the good news is Window Nation has that deal going on for you right now. With Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your windows and get half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down, no monthly payment or interest for 2 years, and you get top quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, all at a great price. As the weather continues to get hotter, you're going to run your air conditioner more. If your windows aren't energy efficient, they're letting that cold air out of your house, and you're paying more. Fix that problem with Window Nation. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. They even have a lifetime warranty on these windows. Check out windownation.com to book your consultation today. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project.
High energy bills? Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with Columbus Worthington Air. Smart homeowners know an old air conditioner can cost you more every month. Don't let it drain your wallet. Upgrade to efficient, reliable comfort with payment options that fit your budget. Backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Columbus, Worthington Air, and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
I have a buddy who's going to be popping the question soon. He's planning everything out. He asked me, can you help me out with the ring? I said, of course I can. I've got a guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Now you talk, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace. I'm your guy.
Go in, see my friends at Worthington Jewelers, tell them I sent you, and you'll get the true VIP experience.
I'll treat them better than I treat you.
That's not hard. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged. And tell them Common Man sent you.
T-Bone and Tybus is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
I didn't grow up a Cavs fan. I didn't go Gun Arena back in the day.
Gonorrhea. That's like a STD.
Gun Arena.
Mornings on The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
You have to understand you're listening to Rothman and Ice 97.1 The Fan. It's indubitable.
Schefter brought up it should have hit me yesterday, but I was having too much fun thinking about Baker Mayfield back in the North playing for the Steelers. He just swooped in today and crushed my hopes and dreams of that story happening because of the tag. And do I think that Baker Mayfield is a true franchise quarterback?
Yeah. For them, he is.
He is.
For them, he is.
He's not a bridge quarterback. He's a guy you can win with.
Yeah.
I think you have a ceiling with him, but with the right team, I would not be against having him as my quarterback, for years to come. I know Steeler fan would probably sign up for that right now. And when I heard him say tag, it would make sense if it came to that they could stop him with the tag, if it comes to that. I don't think it will, and I don't think you think it will either.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That they're kind of in a sweet spot now for a contract extension with his age. It's just about what number Schefter was talking about, what makes sense for where Baker Mayfield is in his career, because I think all of us feel he's a pretty good player. And I think he gives the team an edge. I think there's a little swag to him. He's not going to be perfect. No quarterback really is perfect. And it sounds like he wants to be there. And I mentioned yesterday how, if he wants to be there, he's got roots in Tampa, but he also wants to break the bank a little bit. And he's entitled to go for that.
Because this is probably his last time to really break the bank. There may be another short-termist deal down the road after this one to where maybe you get kind of the money that Aaron Rodgers is getting right now, a little bit less. Who knows what's around the corner for Baker in 4 to 5 years. But, yeah, I think for Tampa right now, they shouldn't be messing around with this at all. And I don't think it's going to be a thing come week one. Now, if we do have to live in that world, or if he and the team has to live in that world of figuring out the whole franchise tag thing, AR, he's one of the quarterbacks, if not the quarterback, that I think would make life very difficult for his team if they did apply the franchise tag to him. He's the one guy that strikes me as, okay, you want to play this game with me? I'm going to play the game right back and do some weird stuff and just make life around here prickly for everybody. He strikes me as a guy that would do that.
That's why when Schefter said it, it really didn't pop into my mind yesterday, because I think he's earned another contract.
Correct.
And I'm sure he does too.
Yeah.
So that's not really a debate, I think, at this point. The debate is whether Tampa should be comfortable paying him what Jordan Love and Brock Purdy and Trevor Lawrence are making, which is around $55 million a year.
You know what I didn't think about either that's going to be tough for Baker is the Stafford money that's out there now as well, where the Rams are like, hey, no problem. You're the reigning MVP. We have no problem paying you $52 to $55 million or whatever the money is looking like for him. He's definitely in that range, as Schefter alluded to. That's the one guy that they could Tampa point at and say, well, he wasn't getting that money until he won the MVP. But I think the names that you highlighted, AR, is where Baker has a certain amount of leverage, because I think those guys are either on the same level or Baker's slightly above them based off of what he's cooked up in his career to this point. The Stafford thing's tough.
Who do I want to have? Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, or Trevor Lawrence?
Purdy, Lawrence, Baker, or Jordan Love.
Weird that I'm leaning Lawrence.
We know what Mike Evans did. And by the way, I don't know how you look at that any other way, Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans chose Brock Purdy over me.
That's right.
That's what he did. Because the money wasn't ridiculous in San Francisco, was it? I don't think it was, the contract that they gave him. And I'm sure Tampa was coming to the table with at least that or close to it. So to answer your question, you're leaning Lawrence?
Long term, I think I'd probably take Lawrence right now of the four I mentioned.
I would roll with you on that. After him, I'm probably going
Love. It's close.
I like Purdy, man. I think when Purdy's right, to me, I like him, and then I'll go Jordan Love after that, and then probably Baker. If this is long term, for 1 year though, for this season,
it's a wash then, because you don't know what team you're putting him on.
Well,
right?
We kind of know for this year, right? What they're going to be we know what they're going to be dealing with, right?
Oh, well, that's attaching yourself more to a team than it is a guy.
But for 1 year, though, who are you taking 26? You still taking T-Law first?
Probably.
They got Jacoby Myers, and they got a nice
I think they've tapped into a little something there. I think he's had a little bit of a second act now.
And they won 12 or 13 games with a year one head coach in Liam Cohen. And so you're right to follow that.
But I think Baker deserves it. Baker's been a bargain quarterback for a while now. He signed his whatever that 1 year prove it deal was a few years ago, and he's a steal at $33 million.
Yeah.
So I think this is just more about the money, and I think he's outperformed expectations, and I think he deserves it, and I think that's what's going to happen. It just depends on whether he's asking for 60. Now, speaking of 60, there is a guy, because I looked up the quarterbacks. So Dak, 60, Josh Allen, 55, Burrow, 55, Lawrence, 55, Love, 55, Goff is 53, Purdy's 53, Herbert's 52.5. You get the point. They're all up there.
Kids play quarterback is the point.
Well, there aren't that many jobs in the world, but you're right. Even the backups are doing okay. ESPN and representatives for Pat McAfee are discussing an extension to his contract that would pay him more than $60 million a year.
What is going on?
Now, I know
money in TV
is that
right
why
now?
ESPN's going through their layoffs? They're trying to find some money in the cushions to pay Pat.
Maybe on something.
Now, it's not done yet, and if the agreement is reached, I don't know what his responsibilities or new responsibilities would be if they're paying him that amount of money. If he's the Stephen A. of football or whatever they want him to be, but he's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
And he could even have a bigger role at that money, because they could tell him to jump wherever they want.
Yeah, I mean, to your point,
60 to 65 a year.
And how do you think Stephen A. is going to feel about this? The reports are that Stephen A. is making 20. So Stephen A. is going to he's hearing this and seeing this and say Pat McAfee's worth 3 times more than I am. That's going to be interesting.
They have him on game day. They have him on his own show.
Yeah, and like you said, he and his team did a broadcast for the finals game the other day on ESPN. So they're getting everything they can out of Pat McAfee with game day. The WWE stuff is a part of this as well, since ESPN is in bed with them. And so
Stephen A. can't really compare.
I think he can.
He can compare notoriety and work and importance, but he can't compare.
Well, Stephen A's got a lot going on too. He does. I just think Stephen A. he's not going to stand for that. With his ego, there's no way he's going to allow that. I don't know when his contract's up or whatever, But I guarantee you, his agent has probably already called who's running the ship at ESPN and said, okay, you want to pay him this money?
The difference is that, from my knowledge, McAfee pays for all of his guys. Doesn't it come
He's
out of
taking care of his crew?
Well, I think he pays for everything. The set, he pays for everything. He owns the program.
Sure, but
so,
I mean,
he has to pay. By the way, when Aaron Rodgers comes on, is he doing that for free?
Probably not.
Probably not. You think all these celebs and guests that he gets on, everyone jumps on McAfee? You think? I'm not saying he's paying everybody.
Some of them for sure. For sure. It's just air on the surface right now. The sticker shock with
I agree.
What Brady is getting, $37 million a year. McAfee now is about to get 60 potentially. Like, it's nuts. The money that's being thrown around for broadcasters right now on TV. What about the radio guys? What about us?
I wonder if...
Yeah, does that have a trickle-down effect to local radio?
I mean, my goodness. $60 million. Like, and he's
That may be the start.
Ooh. Good for you, Pat. Get the bag, man. But
I talk
crazy.
Sports, and I make more than anybody starting in the NFL at quarterback.
Come on, man.
We'll come back, top of the hour. And what's more likely edition of the AFC North? You'll get to play along. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Question from a listener. Do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
Family owned and operated. It isn't all sunshine and rainbows. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Here's something you don't hear admitted very often. When you run a business with your family, you don't always get along with them. We argue, we debate, we have real conversations about the decisions that we make. But at Care, every conversation comes back to our priorities, doing right by our employees and our customers. Because when you treat your team like family, they take better care of the families they serve. And when you treat your customers the way you want your own family treated, trust follows. That mindset doesn't always maximize short-term profits, but it builds something better, long-term relationships. Today, more and more local companies are being bought by venture capital firms, where maximizing profits often leads to a sales-first mentality. Care is still family-owned and locally operated, so we can keep people, not profits, at the center of every decision. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Common Man and Timmy. Voted America's dumbest show by Marconi voters. Common Man is a Columbus radio legend. And by legend, I mean it's a miracle he hasn't been fired yet. And Timmy is, well, Timmy will complain about anything and everything. And he kind of looks like a woman. Giggity, giggity, giggity. So there's that. Common Man and Timmy.
Sponsored by Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on The Fan.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial #law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s kind of like him. Hey, did I hear there's a pill version of Ozempic?
Yep, you sure did. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets 9 milligrams and Ozempic semaglutide injection 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is the time for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. The Knicks host the Spurs in Game 4 of the NBA Finals tonight at 8:30. New York leads 2-1, but a San Antonio win would mark the first time a road team has won each of the first 4 games in the finals. NHL, ESPN reported the league's Players Association expects a full investigation of Mike Babcock before the Edmonton Oilers could hire him as head coach. It would cover Babcock's time as Blue Jackets head coach before resigning ahead of the 2023 season after claims of violating players' privacy when he asked to see photos on their cell phones. Baseball today, Guardians host the Yankees at 1:10. New York's Carlos Rodon faces Cleveland's Parker Messick. Reds visit the Padres at 4:10. Cincinnati's Brady Singer duels San Diego's Michael King. This update is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Take a vacation from high interest rates with special rates on balance transfers at BMI Federal Credit Union. BMIFCU.org/consolidate.
Anthony once got Jack Nicklaus to quote the movie Caddyshack, so he's got that going for him.
The last time I saw a mouth like that, I had a hook.
Which is nice. You're listening to Rothman Ice.
Let's go while we're young.
All right, second hour of the program. Dan Horde, voice of the Bengals, comes on at 1:30. I can continue being the grand marshal of their parade. We've got so we were looking over we're thinking about a poll today and workshopping some things on the air with this poll. And we decided on the category of what's more likely. And we came up with 4 choices in the AFC North, all that we feel are leaning to the likely side. Now you have to help us determine what is more likely to happen. And these are the ones we came up with. So we'll start with Cincinnati. So we put in the Bengals make the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is the Steelers are actually below 500 this year. The next one is the Browns are under 5.5 wins. And the fourth one is the Ravens win the division. Now maybe I overreached with the Bengals. That was probably a little, because all the other ones seem more realistic to me than that one, especially with the AFC. So I think we kind of
divisional round.
Well, the poll's already out there.
Well, I'm thinking where would you go now with it?
Yeah, that they win a playoff game. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would have been. I think we would have gotten more votes for them.
The poll is out at 971R&I on Twitter. It's X, but like
Twitter.
Nobody's calling it X. Right? I haven't heard anybody
I've
say.
heard some people
I'm
say
on
it.
X.
I don't know why.
Are you into the Threads thing at all?
No.
Me either. TLC Threads, is that a thing for you right now?
No, I literally asked Kristen yesterday. I said, am I missing anything by not being on Threads? And she said no.
Threads.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good on Threads. So we're all on the
I'm
same
still
page.
trying to figure out what a damn Substack is. That's on my Substack. Go ahead and check. You can check me out here or on my Substack.
People are grinding, they are. They're getting to it,
What
man.
is that?
I guess it's like
something you don't read, apparently.
Your own website?
No, I know, but just tell me what it is. Is it a specific site?
I don't know.
Okay.
Here's what I know.
Honest.
It's like AAA for sports writers. I think get demoted from the big leagues.
Mr. Hand, will I pass this class? Gee, Mr. Spicoli, I don't know.
I've seen AR like beat writers or people that used to cover a team that aren't with that team anymore that still want to be around, create their own Substack to where people that support that team can funnel into their Substack website, whatever it may be, and get the information there. I don't know.
Land of the lost.
I guess Substack's a fancy word for website.
I
guess.
It's probably just like it's a forum where you kind of, I don't know what
the chat room.
I don't know where the finances go. If they go to you, how much goes to you, how much goes to Substack, but it kind of seems like it's a place for writers to go independent.
Substack is an online platform that allows writers and creators to publish their work directly to subscribers via email in a dedicated website.
All righty.
So there you go.
You got to pay for that.
Would not be surprised.
Just curious. All right. So those are the four choices.
Yes.
I have no idea about the voting yet. I have not voted in this. I'll tell you where I would vote.
Okay, before you do that, because I'm very interested in that, TLC, what is the update on the poll?
Well, who do you think is in the lead?
Yeah, wait. Do I want him to tell me this first?
Oh, I did.
Do you want to rank them?
We could do whatever you want.
Let's start with first place. Which do you think got the most votes for the most likely to happen? Again, the four options being
the negativity on the Browns has to be winning the day.
Coming off the Miles trade.
I just think and it's just everything seems to be heading that direction. Even though Deshaun and Shador and you got a first-year head coach, and I know I've touted the easy schedule, and before the Myles Garrett trade, I actually made a bet that they'd win 6. So this is actually going to crush me, but maybe. They'll be so. I'm more worried about them. This may be weird to hear. I'm actually more worried in my bet about them leaning into a tank than I am them sucking.
Elaborate a little bit more.
What's your reaction to that?
Run it by me one more time.
To win this bet, I've got to have 6 Browns wins.
Got you.
I'm actually more worried that they might not want to win than they actually suck and can't win.
The call may come from inside the house from old Jimmy or somebody.
Rothman, here's the good news. They've already sold off, so they have no one else to deal.
I think Denzel could get him something.
They could trade deadline
Denzel
him
could get him something.
if they stink. And he's healthy and somebody needs a top corner.
Yeah, Denzel
they
will
could
get him
easily
something.
trade him before the deadline.
Okay, that's not changing the future of the Browns season, though.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
what?
Well,
how many wins do you think Denzel Ward adds to the Browns roster this
I think
year?
wins above replacement.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you trade away
Myles Garrett, at least one.
I think you trade away one of the best corners in the game. Life gets pretty spooky for you, and that's how things get out of whack pretty quick.
Well, when you're 5-12 as it is, how much spookier can it get?
Do you think
without Myles Garrett, I think it's pretty spooky. Pretty spooky.
Do you think the key to me rescuing this bet and the Browns winning 6 games?
And remind me who the bet is. Who'd you make this bet
with Adam
again?
King.
Okay, that's right.
Adam
that's right.
Before the trade.
That's right. Okay.
Adam really wanted to put in the clause, hey, make sure the Browns don't trade for another quarterback.
Yeah, and I didn't even think at the time. Well, because Garrett was happy, supposedly.
They're not trading for another quarterback.
I don't think they are either. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they are.
Well, if they did, they'd be awesome for me because then it'd be out of the bet. It would void on the other side.
He's one up on you, correct, in bets right now?
No.
AK is?
Wait a minute.
No,
I thought he called in and you owed him a dinner or something.
No. I don't owe him anything.
They do have 2 bets running.
We have 2 bets running.
A round of golf related to Ohio State basketball and how many weeks they're in the top 25.
Remind me, though, why AK called in, I believe, last week, and we talked about a bet.
That was
And
the Garrett bet.
And you looked at me, and I said, I think you have to pay up.
No, it was the Garrett one.
So
But
that's
it doesn't
the one,
happen
okay.
because I was looking for the loophole of, well, they just traded away their best player. How can this bet be?
Okay,
This
I'm
bet
locked in.
has to be void.
Okay, I'm locked in now. I got it. I'm with you, AR. I believe that's the leader of the poll right now. Browns under 5.5 dubs.
Well, we don't have joint theme music, so Rothman said it first.
Rock me.
So funny. For the folks that can't see, like, TLC looked at me, like, he gave me like a Jordan shrug, like, sorry, bro, I can't pay you.
Well, we'll get yours here.
It was just funny, the Jordan shrug he gave me.
Let's see. You got it. All right, so if I was ranking, I would say
you
that's...
two are the only combination that do not have theme music yet. So there was no iteration of this show prior to me where this show had an actual theme song that was an actual song that played on the radio.
Yeah, we gotta get on that.
You know, like Man and Bone had Back Page and Paradise City by Guns N' Roses and stuff like that.
What do the other shows have? Who else has a?
Wait, what?
Wait,
I don't know.
Okay, because you kind of made it seem like T-Bone and Tyvus have one, Bo and the boys have one. We don't have one, but it's only one show.
You're right.
See, there's a list that they have probably locked away in a corporate office somewhere here.
Back before we cared
and it
about
just
YouTube.
says, the headline says, "Pay no mind," and number 1 ranked is us. So we're on the number 1 on the pay no mind list.
Hey,
pretty accurate.
That new show opens
That's
coming
right.
any day now.
Any day.
What did I bet? I said June or July.
What year?
Hey, I still have a month and a half to be proven right.
Oh, you guys are amazing.
All right, so the second one I would say, we'll trickle this over. I know you have ins and outs next, so
No, this is great. I need help, so this is great.
Oh,
I didn't do my job before, so you guys are doing it for me.
Oh my goodness! Hey, burn a few minutes here.
I did half of it.
Okay.
The content's dry on June
why
10th.
don't you use some of these?
I would love to.
All right,
let's do it.
So, right now that is leading.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Because I think we need to rank these, and then we'll do your ins and outs. So we'll help you out.
Thank you.
We'll do
all two.
You're welcome.
Oh man!
I was going to give
me
you a second.
guys.
I got to get to the button.
Ice beat you to it.
No, I know, but
that's excellent. Excellent job. That was so well done.
I'm just here to support the gang, man. Play my part.
Yeah.
Play my part.
All right.
Peter Griffin did sound a lot better.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back with ins and outs, and we'll rank the what's most likely to happen this season. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store, and my journey continues. No more agony of defeat. Already this season, I've walked 18 holes twice and lived to tell the story. My personally fit arch supports go where I go. And in this case, right into my shoes, all of them. I just pop them in any pair and off I go. Just having that support and the stability has made a world of difference for me. A while back, I walked into the Good Feet store and walked out with an entirely new outlook. And I knew it right away. After taking the test walk around the store, I felt the difference. And not just that cushy feeling. I'm talking about real support, the kind that makes you feel aligned. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I experience it daily. I really feel my personally fit arch supports guide my feet into their ideal position. You can make an appointment online or just stop into the Good Feet store in Grove City or on Polaris Parkway in Westerville. Get started at goodfeet.com.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And are you tired of windows so drafty that your curtains blow in the wind even after you shut your windows?
Sounds like a problem, Wilson.
It's why at the other window place, we now offer curtain tie-downs.
Wouldn't just great non-drafty windows be the answer?
And tank the entire curtain tie-down market?
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Could see a chance of showers and thunderstorms as we go late afternoon and early evening. Otherwise, for most of us, the sunshine continues to build in throughout the day as highs soar into the low 90s, but with the humidity, could feel like we're in the mid to upper 90s. For tonight, lows down into the 70s again with partly cloudy skies, and then we'll see some chances of showers and thunderstorms heading into your Thursday. Breezy winds and highs in the low 90s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present In or Out.
Just a little of the old in and out.
Are you in or out on my nerfy bet, Yankees and guards, Rodon and Messick?
It's a good pitching
I made
duo.
the bet.
I like that. I like that. No Judge for the Yankees.
Oh, no.
Ben Rice.
What just happened? Something just happened. What just happened?
Something good for the guards, bad for my bet.
J-Ram.
Rodon just served something up.
A cookie to somebody? What happened?
Let me check. Sorry. Jose, can you see?
Hey, man. Hall of Famer for a reason.
No, it wasn't.
Martinez.
Yeah, it wasn't him. Okay.
Angel, who's having his 10th home run, 11th home run of the year.
Okay. Guess we got to keep working today.
Wow. Okay. So
wow.
Yeah, Nerfy up in flames that quickly.
Way to go, Carlos. Why don't you unbutton that jersey a little more? Brutal. Not even watching. Man. That's actually helped. I had to lose the bet online, like where you're looking at the box score. That's even. I mean,
speaking of box scores, it's making me sick at night and waking up and watching TLC's Dinger team just go absolutely bizarre.
Not even paying attention anymore.
My God. I mean, Nick Kurtz is out of his mind right now. They're playing in this
ballpark.
Have him.
Oh, we'll talk about Vegas in a second.
Okay, sorry.
But
you have Nick Kurtz, right?
No.
Yes, and he has 3 home runs in the past 2 games.
He's got Nick Kurtz. He's going off.
I don't remember him drafting him.
Yeah,
He's got good.
And thank you also, Matt Olson, for 2 more last night. Now, J. Lou was right. I should have taken Jack Caglione over Pasquantino, but yeah.
You can't complain too much.
Yeah.
Champagne problems.
Exactly.
By the way, shout out to the artist known as CCB in the YouTube chat. Chimney Chekwa's Burner. Still Dre. Theme song of the show.
Okay.
We play it every Friday entering the show.
Okay. Phenomenal instrumental.
So that is your guys' joint theme music when you both get something correct together.
I can rock with that. AR, you in?
Yeah, I mean, do we have to edit that at all?
You just play the instrumental.
Okay, all right. I was just about to.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I just want to just fire it out.
It's an appropriate question.
They'll be firing us out.
We all
probably want to do that anyway.
They're paying no mind. It's all good.
Okay.
True. Very true.
Exactly.
So, just a reminder, we have the joint theme music for Me and Ice of the Dudley Boys theme song.
Yeah.
We're coming now.
So
tables, ladders, and chairs. However you want it, you can get it.
Yeah, so if Rothman ever gives us a question and we get it right together, all
right.
Rothman and I have joint theme music.
Yes.
And so now
that's a classic. That's good.
I need to add in Still Dre by Dr. Dre
for AR and I,
which you can hear every single Friday on this show at noon.
Are you in or out on the NHLPA actually trying to block this hire of Mike Babcock to Edmonton?
I don't think they're going full steam ahead to try to stop it, AR. I think this is let's...
Here's the issue. Here's the issue.
This is the PA that I'm talking about.
More things could come up.
I'm sorry.
Things could come out.
I misheard you. Since it's the PA, absolutely. I think they're going to try to slow this thing down based off of the vibe that's out there from former players that have talked about Babcock and all of that. So, yeah. I'm in on their efforts.
It's odd because I don't even think they'd go down this road unless Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and Hyman, if they all just, we're good. We want them.
Correct.
Because they want to win. All right, let's update the poll.
Yeah,
or continue on that.
By the way, as we were discussing, so the poll, just to recap real quick, what's the most likely to happen this season, AFC North edition? Your Bengals option is Bengals play in the AFC Championship game. Steelers, below 500. Browns, under 5.5 wins. Ravens, win the division.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that we were playing the game of who do we think the audience would have thought was the most likely option. You guys both called it. You were correct. Browns under 5.5 wins was the most likely outcome according to the participants in our poll. Now, as we were discussing that, one more vote got added to the tally, which made it a tie at first place. So which option do you think is now tied with Browns under 5.5 as the most likely outcome in the division?
Baltimore. They're the favorite to win the division. I would think they would be the one. And the only reason I say, let me look up the Steelers' schedule. I still think that you'd be betting against history if you said this was finally the year that the Steelers fell below 500. And their roadies are at New England, at Tampa, at Philly, at Jacksonville, at Tennessee. I'll tell you what, now that I look at this, I don't think I'm going to change my answer. I think it's for them to go 9-8. Remember, they do play in the North. So let's say they sweep Cleveland. That's 2.
They'll go across the pond to play New Orleans, AR, I believe.
Okay. That's right. They play Atlanta at home. They play Atlanta at home in the opener. And that's 3 wins if they sweep Cleveland. Indy at home, I'm going to say they win. That's 4.
Is anybody playing in Finland this year?
Itosh Palion, Onya.
AR will be your tour guide.
I'll be there. We're walking. Boy, Denver and Houston at home. Carolina at home, yeah. That's 5. Maybe Pittsburgh's the answer.
At 2? I struggled with 2 and 3 of the 4 options that we had.
Because if you really like Cincinnati this year, the Ravens aren't going to just smoke them.
No, not with the way that they play games against each other, too. It always seems like those games are wild.
This is what I can do real fast. Let's see what Las Vegas says about the win totals for Pittsburgh. Win totals for Pittsburgh.
Before you give it.
Well,
oh, is that cheating?
I think so, because the listeners aren't doing that research in advance.
I'm just curious what the number is, because I haven't seen this yet for Pittsburgh since Aaron Rodgers is locked back in.
I'm almost thinking the changes of the Pittsburgh finally goes under 500. Now looking at their schedule, but I like Baltimore to win the division. I'll tell you, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to tell you guys whether Las Vegas thinks it's more likely on Pittsburgh winning, going 8-9 versus Baltimore winning the division. Would you want that information before you make your choice?
I like all the information I can get.
All right. Pittsburgh's over-under, believe it or not, is 8.5.
Oh, I was going to get 7.5.
And the favorite is the under.
Okay.
So below 500. But you also said the Ravens are the favorite to win the division. So those are both the favorite outcomes.
Yes, but not at the same juice.
Right.
So the under on Pittsburgh is minus 140 on 8.5.
And the Ravens going to be plus something.
And the Ravens, no.
Oh.
And the Ravens winning the division.
Minus 110.
Is to win the division. Survey says loading. We're loading. Now we're frozen.
We were sound effects.
We were.
Okay.
I saw it earlier.
You see?
And it was minus 120.
Okay.
So that means the favorite is the Steelers winning 8 or less.
That's close enough, though, to not be, this is for sure.
For people that didn't know that, I'm still leaning towards Baltimore as the answer.
My order was from likeliest to not was the Browns winning 5 or less.
That's right.
Baltimore winning the division, Steelers below 500, and then the Bengals getting to the AFC Championship game.
We reached too much on the Bengals. I will co-sign that ranking, but I want to double check on, I don't know, betting has closed or has been suspended. I don't know if that's me or
wait a minute,
just
read
the
that
page.
again? What is it telling you? What have you done? What's going on?
I haven't been suspended, I don't think, but it says betting has closed or has been suspended. Why would they pull that down?
I think
maybe it's just me. I'm out of the contest.
You're out.
I saw it earlier, though.
Too much Brendan Sorsby going on? Thousands and thousands
I
of
saw
bets?
it earlier.
Yeah, that's my
minus 120 on the Bengals, on the Ravens winning the division. Yeah.
Okay. I just think the accomplishment of Cincinnati getting 4 quarters away from being 4 quarters away it's such a tough climb. Not that I don't think they're capable of doing it, but it's not only a division you have to get through, it's also the other teams outside of this thing with Josh Allen and Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence and all the other guys. That makes it tough. What were you going to say, TLC?
I was going to say I got 2 things for you. 1, I need Dan's phone number. 2, you went 4 for 4.
Yeah, I did co-sign
Rothman co-signed. Rothman co-signed. Hey, all right, here we go. Rothman co-signed. He's got his Phil Collins drums going.
Yeah, he does. You need to bring back the BTA. You used to go BTA when your music started to play.
That's a full stand-up situation. That's not a... I don't think you can do that sitting down.
So we're both locked in.
Yeah.
With the same 4. Okay.
Now, Dan Horde, the voice of the Bengals, will jump on next. Did they do enough? How much did they do defensively that gives him the confidence that this team could make a run at a Super Bowl? Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Broken seals and old frames let your cool air escape, and with summer just getting started, it's only going to get hotter. Upgrade your house's windows now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Built with top-quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, Window Nation's windows fit perfectly and lock in the air. Upgrade today, and your home will stay cooler this summer and warmer in the winter. Plus, your home stays comfortable year-round, and you could even see lower energy bills the first month. They're so good, Window Nation offers a lifetime warranty, and they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com to book a consultation. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious?
No, he's not from New Jersey.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
He does it all in the Queen City. It's been too long. We always are happy when our guy Dan Horde comes back to the program, radio voice of your Bengals and, of course, the Bearcats and a lot more. My man, how we doing? Good to have you back.
Anthony, I'm great. How are you?
Outstanding, my friend. This is cool. I think they've made significant improvements. However, let me put a disclaimer on that. Anything that improved the Bengals defense would maybe be in the category of significant because they needed it. But the Dexter Lawrence trade, I mean, that was a blockbuster. I mean, that was the big one, certainly before the Myles Garrett situation went down. But Lawrence and Cook and Mafe and picking Howell and Allen, you tell me, how significant is it for you in what you thought of them before and what you think of them now?
Yeah, the Dexter Lawrence trade changed everything. I thought the free agent signings were really good, particularly Brian Cook. I got to know Brian when he played at the University of Cincinnati because I do those games as well. And honestly, going into free agency, Brian Cook was the number one guy that I hoped that they would sign because I knew he would be such an upgrade from Geno Stone. But having said that, Boye Mafe, Jonathan Allen, Brian Cook, those are all good signings. But none of those guys changes everything like Dexter Lawrence has. Obviously, he's a great player, multi-time All-Pro, multi-time Pro Bowler, addresses their biggest need. They've been lousy in the middle of that defense for a while since DJ Reader left. But even beyond that, now that I'm getting to know the guy and I see him in the building, he's like 350 pounds of positivity. I mean, he is just the Pied Piper. Everybody in there loves him. Kind of the polar opposite of Trey Hendrickson, to tell you the truth. Trey was obviously a great player for the Bengals, but he was a lone wolf. He was kind of on his own program. He wasn't a bad guy. He just kind of did his own thing. Dexter Lawrence, on the other hand, he's just like in the middle of everything, and it's made a big difference.
Dan, staying on defense and with the defensive line, like I've really been thinking a lot about Chris Jenkins, Shamar Stewart, and Myles Murphy, because to me, Dan, if they can get a couple of those guys to pop, I think that's really going to raise the ceiling of not just the defense, but the team this year. So when you look at Jenkins, Shamar Stewart, and Myles Murphy, your thoughts on these young guys right now, where they are in their NFL careers, and who you believe is going to be ready to step up of the three?
I think Myles Murphy demonstrated in the second half of last season that he's reached a point where he is a productive NFL player. Will he ever play like you hope a first-round draft pick will? I don't know about that, but at least we know at this point that the guy can play and be a solid part of a rotation. I thought during training camp and in the season opener last year at Cleveland that Shamar Stewart was on his way to having a tremendous rookie season. Then he got hurt in week 2, and the whole thing went down the toilet. So I suspect that Shamar Stewart's going to be a very significant part of the defense this season. Chris Jenkins, I think the jury is still out on that one. Some of it has been injury related. Some of it has just been kind of mediocre play. He was a second-round pick and a great player at Michigan. We know he's got some talent, but I think of those three, he's the one that I think the jury is out on the most.
Dan, let me ask you about, and you've kind of brushed some broad strokes on maybe some concerns for this roster. And where would your biggest concern be? And I've seen some stuff coming out of Cincinnati, whether it's, the linebacker position that we've talked about. Burrow's health is always an iffy thing, but if you polled the fans and you said, all right, the edge rushing, getting after the quarterback, Trey's gone, like what is your biggest concern for the 2026 version of the Cincinnati Bengals and trying to achieve this run to a Super Bowl?
I think for fans, linebackers would be number one because those two young rookies last year did not play particularly well, and they haven't added anybody of significance to the position group. So they are definitely counting on the defensive line and a little experience helping Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter be much better NFL players. They'll have to be because they struggled as rookies. I would say offensive line depth is a legitimate concern. I like the starting five. They played extremely well in the last 12 games last year, but they basically played every game, and the odds of that happening in back-to-back seasons, I'm knocking on wood, it probably isn't great. At some point, somebody's probably going to miss some games, and I think there are some question marks after the starting five. The other big thing for me, quite honestly, is just the rest of the AFC. I think the Bengals are going to be really good, but then I look at the pack. Baltimore's good. Buffalo's good. Kansas City's good. New England's good. Houston's good. Denver's good. There's so many good quarterbacks, and I didn't even include the Chargers. They're good. I mean, there's so many good teams in the AFC with good quarterbacks that even if the Bengals play up to their potential, man, it's a rough road to get through the AFC and get to a Super Bowl.
The depth behind Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Dan, we want to get your thoughts on that because we know when those guys are healthy, you're not going to need much more than those two with how elite they are. But the guys behind them that may have their number called this year, how do you feel about that room at the moment?
I would include Mike Gesicki kind of as a threesome there because even though his listed position is tight end, he is more or less a wide receiver. He's not asked to block very often. So beyond those three, Andre Yossi-Vash is okay. I thought he would take a step forward last year, and he didn't. He was kind of stuck in neutral. They drafted Colby Young, who looks the part. He looks like T. Higgins 2.0. Let's see if he can deliver when he gets a chance in the preseason. You've always got your Charlie Joneses of the world, Mitchell Tinsley kicking around to give you depth. So there's going to be a drop-off after the trio of Chase, Higgins, and Gesicki, but I think in comparison to most NFL teams, the other guys are pretty good.
Dan Horde, the voice of the Bengals, with us here on Rothman Ice on the Brian Heat and Cooling Systems Fangist Hotline. So I don't love an early bye week. However, if they're able to tackle, the first 4 or 5 weeks of this season and be very successful, man, it seems like it gives them a really big leg up because their toughest maybe 4-game stretch comes very early. Did you like the way their schedule laid out?
I do. I mean, I like it in general because they don't play many teams that had good records last year. No matter which way you slice it, if you look at the schedule based on last year's winning percentages, if you look at it based on Vegas over-under win total projections for this year, every way you look at it, they've got one of the easiest-looking schedules in the NFL. So I agree. The early season portion poses some problems, particularly week 2 on the road in Houston. And then I think you have that stretch where you go to Madrid, then you come back and play on Sunday Night Football. Then a week later, you're playing on Monday Night Football. So from a scheduling standpoint, in terms of how that interferes with your body clock, that's tough. But beyond that, I think in comparison to most, you don't have many complaints about that schedule this year.
Dan, you mentioned your time, obviously calling Bearcat games and Brian Cook being a former Bearcat. I just want to ask you this because it popped into my brain. When Brendan Sorsby was there, was there any feel of what he is now and how he's being talked about now? Did you have any inkling at all that he was involved with this type of stuff when he was a Bearcat?
No inkling at all. And I dealt with him a lot. Did a lot of one-on-one interviews with him, got to know him pretty well. Nice kid. I really enjoyed the time that I got to spend with him. So I didn't have any suspicion whatsoever that he appears to be seriously addicted to gambling. I feel badly for him in the sense that this ruling, while on paper seems to be something good for him, I don't think that it is, because it's turned him into a pariah. If he winds up playing this year, I can't imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like in every stadium he walks into. I think, for his mental health, which was part of that ruling, I honestly think he probably would have been better off to go to the supplemental draft, spend some time on somebody's roster, learning the position, eventually getting his chance without any of this other stuff really hanging over him. And if he winds up playing for Texas Tech, it's going to be like the scarlet letter that never goes away. So in that sense, I feel badly for him.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mentioned that yesterday. I'm surprised he didn't just take the L and kind of go away. But maybe he wanted to use this time to maybe rehab his image or himself, or take the time to try to better himself before he went and handled all the pressure of being a professional quarterback. But here we are, and it's a crazy time. Dan, this was really nice of you to jump on. We appreciate you, and we'll be ringing you back closer to the season.
Sounds good. Always happy to come on. Thanks for having me as a guest.
Thanks. That's the voice of the Bengals, our friend Dan Horde. He was on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. He brought up a very good point about how what he's putting himself in for now, because what the public read, player who bet on his own team, walks free, reverse engineered a legal theory that isn't there.
Yeah.
And he's turned himself into this guy that not only screwed up on his own, but now is trying to loophole the system. And what we have is, it's a ruling. It's 4 pages, and it's odd for me to see him do this, because it does put him under, and it puts his school, who wants him because he's good, and then they might say, well, let's not worry about if we have to forfeit games later, or if it gets reversed, or if he's ruled ineligible. I don't know.
It's a no doubt massive target on Texas Tech's back this year. They're going to be public enemy number one for a lot of people, and especially him. And so you just got to hope, if you're a Tech fan, that his teammates can rally around him, coaching staff can rally around him, and that he's going to be mentally okay. I guess I necessarily don't feel bad for him and what he's going to have to deal with, but he's kind of got to lie in this bed is how I'm looking at it. So, yeah, he just got to hope that he's got a good support system around him. That way he can push through and be the quarterback they hope he can be.
It's complicated, but on the surface, it's like, wait a minute, you found a way to profit from gambling, Texas Tech. Like, you found a way. You retained this guy who did this. All the judge said was, this has enough merit to go to trial. Yeah. That's all they said. I don't think they said he's guilty or innocent, or he should be eligible or ineligible. They just said there's enough there.
Right.
They feel it could go to trial, and then it's being pushed to February, and the season will be played. All right, we'll come back, and we'll get into the Knicks and their response and how big it could be tonight. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan. Join T-Bone and Tybus mornings on The Fan for football, food, and fun, featuring T-Bone.
Now, when you were talking about the football stuff, I was listening, but when you said Waffle House, I leaned forward in my chair.
And national champ Tybus Powell.
I was staring myself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes today looking at it.
Where they solve all the world's complex problems.
We're not putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container.
Sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Football, food, and fun with T-Bone and Tybus. Weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on The Fan.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's time for sun and savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, get a new 2060 Elantra SE for $59 per month for a 2-year lease. Just $59 a month for the drive into summer sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and 7.6.
My name's Phil from Beverly, Massachusetts. I've lost 88 pounds with a weight of 180. I was type 2 diabetic and I was severely overweight. I got to do something because what I was doing wasn't working. The GLP-1 was a thought, but I don't really like putting chemicals in my body. I've been on Awaken 180 for a year ago this month. I'm now completely off of all diabetic medication, cholesterol medication. And as a result of this, I was scheduled for more knee surgery. My left knee was really getting to the point where I was having trouble walking. And now that pain is completely gone. My energy level's through the roof. I just can't say enough good things about Awaken 180 and the positive effects it has on you. It has completely changed my life.
Thanks, Phil. Austin Ward here, and Phil wanted to share his Awaken 180 story for the same reasons I have for so many years now, to let others know there is a medication-free solution for weight loss. Find your results at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It is very difficult these days to find a great deal. Imagine if you had to buy something and you knew you had a certain amount you had to buy, but you got half of it for free unexpectedly. That would be an awesome deal. Well, the good news is Window Nation has that deal going on for you right now. With Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your windows and get half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down, no monthly payment or interest for 2 years, and you get top quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, all at a great price. As the weather continues to get hotter, you're going to run your air conditioner more. If your windows aren't energy efficient, they're letting that cold air out of your house, and you're paying more. Fix that problem with Window Nation. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. They even have a lifetime warranty on these windows. Check out windownation.com to book your consultation today. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project.
Think you know Buckeye football? These two say, hold my beer. The Beat with Austin and Berm.
Sponsored by the Waterworks.
Daily on the Fan's YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Matty is a diehard Reds fan. I mean, where else is he going to go? You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, we got game 4 tonight. Spurs-Knicks, 8:30, roughly.
Same celebs show up tonight? Or
well, they all probably thought this would be the clincher. So
the usual suspects will be there again. Just wonder if maybe some of the ancillary pieces look a little different outside
could be the
of
last game.
Spike and Stiller and those folk. Because the newbies we had were Jay-Z, Khaled, DJ Khaled, the Law and Order SVU crew. But yeah, the Nick alumni row is going to look pretty much the same. Chalamet, Spike Lee, Stiller, Tina Fey, Tracy Morgan, I think will be there again as well with Fat Joe. I don't know if it'll look much different, honestly.
Why wouldn't you go? Because if they win tonight, they may not be coming back.
Correct.
And you want to witness them winning one game at home.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be
insane if we had both away teams stealing games on the road. Two of them
would be
nuts.
Nuts. Because we always say a series doesn't start until the road team wins. Well, the road team won the first two. Then the road team wins game 3. That's got to settle in. I think that's where my mind is. Yeah. I'd be shocked if the road team won the first 4 games.
I'm very interested as well, AR, to see whether or not the Knicks feel like they need to get their lick back on Wemby. Based off of the non-call against your star player in Brunson, how he did it, and then the ruling from the league to not come back around and deem that as a flagrant foul. I won't be surprised early on in this game if we see that somebody, because you just can't as a teammate allow your star player to get mushed like that and not allow or not come back the next game and get after their star player in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I think they got to be careful. I think they've already sent the message to the refs. Mike Brown already did that. The next day discussion is always a very popular thing. That you plead your case, you don't make it sound like you're sour grapes over, like that's why you lost, but you get it out there publicly, and he's done that. So,
I mean, we got guys for San Antonio that are running over Jalen Brunson, blatantly Stephon Castle. Like, if you're a Knick, you got to protect your guy. You have to. Somebody's got to come in and know, hey, I'm getting a technical to start the game. We're going to let them know. We're going to let them know we're not going to get punked by these young dudes. That can't happen, because that's what the Spurs are trying to do. They're trying to punk the Knicks physically.
I think the whistles are going to be different.
Be a tighter called game. I'm sure that's the case, but I still think that somebody needs to be that enforcer against Wemby. And I'm not saying do anything dirty. I'm not saying any of that. But he can't do that to your best player and just get away with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I think they got to get more physical with him, but I think they got to play through Karl Anthony Towns. I think he's got to show up.
100%.
Like they can't, this Brunson ball and all they're doing, like he's great.
Involved.
There's not a shot he can't really create, which is, by the way, that's his brilliance, is that he is small but can create his own shot, whether it's the fade or that looping layup off the window. He can get to the rack. He's got great body control, but
big body Brunson.
As far as you brought in, like, as far as the physicality towards Wemby, that's a big deal, because the Spurs handled it, and they also handled the hostility. Remember, now they went in there. They won. Now they know they can do it.
I don't think we talked about this, but coming out of game 2, the Spurs obviously down 0-2. Stephon Castle talks to Malik Andrews and says, we're winning the next 3. These young guys, I don't think, know any better. Like, they're the second youngest team to ever play in the finals. So they've got a level of confidence combined with not really realizing, I'm sure, truly what moment they're in right now, to where they're making statements like that and then going out there and physically doing some of the things that they're doing. I just think there has to be some response before you get to the stuff that you mentioned, which is absolutely right, is that Cat's got to go, and then they have to, I think, get better stuff from their bench. Their bench was bad as well. The Knicks were in game 3.
I think it all starts with Cat, and I think that they were a team that was riding a wave of being up 2 on the road, all the celebs, Madison Square Garden, first finals game in forever. And I think they believed that that's all it would take, that they had the arena behind them, the fans behind them, the 2-0 behind them. They thought this young team would be mentally fragile, and all the Spurs did was meet the moment a lot more. Maybe the bigger question is, if you're Wemby, do you now go back to the park and draw more statues?
It worked.
And
bring your sister, too.
Get your mind right before the game. Because if you're going to score 32 doing that.
Yeah, you got to do the same thing. Wear the same thing you wore that day. Eat the same thing you ate that day. Like, all that stuff's got to align.
Is that your first question? If Wemby's on the show, what else are you going to do to relax your mind today?
I think I would want to ask him about his experience with the Monks this offseason and what that was like. That had to be some pretty tough stuff we went through. You brought up, I think, that, what was he, dribbling up a, 4-mile? What was that you brought up one day? His training with the Monks, and part of the story where he was dribbling
basketball.
How, like, up a steep mountain or something like that.
Yeah.
You weren't buying it at all.
We were calling a little bit of it. Was, what was that? How these monks in central China helped, like, turn him into what he's become.
Yeah.
It was a wild story.
Yeah.
Here he is. Wembanyama dribbled a basketball up a dangerous mountain route in 4.5 hours that takes a normal person 7 to 8 hours just to walk it. He's doing it in half the time dribbling.
He is 7'4", 7'5", so he's covering a lot more distance than you and I would. A lot more. So that's part of the story I buy, is the time. and how he cut it in half, essentially.
One day, he told Wembanyama to dribble a basketball up another dangerous mountain, a monastery deep in the Song Mountains. The hike traversed cliffside plank paths, suspension bridges, and ancient forests, and was 5 times as long as the one to some cave that I can't pronounce. The trail forces you to climb roughly 2,500 feet in elevation across uneven ridges and stone. This is a bedtime story.
It really is.
This can't be a real thing.
He is an alien, though. That's what they tell us. He is an alien. Couple other X factors for me tonight. I'll have my eye on Mikal Bridges for the Knicks. He was nowhere to be found on offense. And then I think, too, Keldon Johnson for the Spurs was the reigning 6th man of the year. He won it this season. And so if they, I think, are going to pull one out again on the road, wouldn't be surprised if Keldon Johnson pops off tonight in Gotham City.
De'Aaron Fox, for me, shot 67% in the loss. He was 29% from the field in Game 3's win, so you'd really never know what you're getting on him. I think you got to look to get him on the right side of that shooting percentage that I just talked about and get that offense behind Wembanyama and Castle's drives and what Wemby does. If you get Fox, because I was big, when you were gone last week, I was big on maybe they start Harper. I know they wouldn't.
Incredible.
I know they wouldn't, but I thought when they were desperate, I thought they might. And then Fox actually responded.
I think the Harper thing will happen next year, AR, because I think their core is going to be obviously Wemby, Castle, and Dylan Harper. But Dylan Harper playing in the Big Ten last year as a rookie, now playing in the finals and being a key contributor. The dude is a baller, and his dad was as well.
We will come back, top of the hour, and possibly the scheduling disadvantage for these teams in the NFL. How much impact will it have? We'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Everybody thinks they're a great driver. Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you the chance to prove it. Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's iconic tracks right here in Grandview. Race your friends, join a league, or bring the office out for an unforgettable corporate event. And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great food and drinks here or next door at Agave and Rye. Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who's got what it takes. Book your race today at outlawsimracing.com.
If you don't have Friday, June 12th circled on your calendar, get out a marker, circle that 12. Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be. Scotty Vegas here, and we're going to be cheering on Team USA in the sportsbook with a big watch party at 9 o'clock. Contests, prizes, plus the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel grand opening is June 12th. Brett Michaels live, fireworks, swag, food trucks, and our watch party. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at tmobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
There's a pill version of Ozempic
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s kind of like him. Hey, did I hear there's a pill version of Ozempic?
Yep, you sure did. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets 9 milligrams and Ozempic semaglutide injection 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Not everybody's cut out for this kind of work. At Newman Roofing, we look for people who care about the details. The kind of people who show up early, work hard, and take real pride in what they build. Because to us, your home isn't just another job site or paycheck, it's your peace of mind. That's why our crews aren't just trained, they're invested. In their craftsmanship, in their communication, in their customers. At Newman Roofing, we don't believe in cutting corners to save a buck. We believe in doing the work the right way, with quality materials, experienced professionals, and a level of care you can actually feel. It's the reason so many of our customers come back to us time and time again. And they recommend us to the people they love the most. Roofing, siding, gutters, whatever your home needs, trust the company built on family values and hard work. Newman Roofing. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. Guardians trail the Yankees 3-1 in Cleveland with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Cleveland's Angel Martinez hit his team high 11th homer in the first before New York's Jazz Chisholm clipped a 2-run triple and came around to score on an error in a 3-run top of the third. Guardians seek to avoid a sweep of the Yankees. They still lead the AL Central by a half game up on the White Sox. Tonight, the Reds visit the Padres at 4:10. Cincinnati starts 2-6 Brady Singer against 4-5 Michael King for San Diego. Redlegs last in the NL Central by 9.5 games out of first. Coverage on the Fan 2 starts at 3:40. Then tonight, NBA Finals Game 4, Knicks host the Spurs at 8:30, leading 2-1. A San Antonio win evens the series, and the Spurs could make it 4 straight games won by the road team, first ever in the NBA Finals. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com.
Final hour of the program. Ari Wasserman, our friend from On 3, covering college football, jumps on at 2:30. This is Deshaun Watson Day in Cleveland. It's his day. You can go online and watch short routes, deep balls. You can watch all 17 of his throws if you want.
I did see
from
a
day
couple.
one in mandatory minicamp.
I thought I saw a couple dots yesterday from Deshaun. Deep balls down the field to somebody. Don't know who the pass catcher was, but the pass was accurate. Just got to remind myself, slow down, player. This is 7-on-7. This is very early on. They should look good connecting with the playmakers right now, especially with no 95 in practice anymore.
Yeah, there's no real penalty here. He knows he's not going to get hit.
Correct.
But the clock's the same. Meaning the clock is sped up. If a guy gets to you, they'll be able to judge that. You're right. There's no fear of not stepping into a throw. That's what you can't simulate.
Mm-hmm.
You can't simulate him, okay, if I step up, I'm going to take a hit and have to throw through it.
Yeah.
And you don't get that right now.
Just got to be careful
but guys are
watching
getting
all this
covered.
stuff. No, for sure. 100%. I'm not saying it's nothing.
I'm with you.
I don't want to go either way with Shedeur or Deshaun when I see good stuff to think that that's going to be the play, the moment that's going to, change everything here. I think both these guys are going to have to work through all of this and work with the new offensive line and work with the new weapons and gain the chemistry there. And those things, I'm sure, can take time. And so, this is all a process, and I think we just got to let it breathe a little bit. But it is fun to monitor all that stuff, though. I'm in on that for sure.
He's zipping it around. I've been watching the throws, and it's guys in shorts and helmets, but they are being defended. But he's being rushed, but not the way I talked about. Yeah. The other thing, I don't know if you guys knew this, but he only flies private. Does that surprise you? No, probably not.
No, it doesn't surprise me. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Including internationally across the world.
He's got enough.
Yeah, no, actually
point, right?
Wouldn't surprise anybody.
Yeah,
Why would he, of all people, even fly first class?
You think the team's plan for that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Whatever private jet he either owns or leases.
I just didn't know if that's something we never heard about that was in the deal. Because that happens.
I would be very surprised.
That happened because I remember when Kawhi was going to L.A., he was asking AR for a private jet and a condo right by the arena. So I'm sure these guys ask and receive some of these things when they cook up deals.
5 years, $230 million.
Okay.
I can't imagine him saying, okay, this sounds good, but I'm going to need a private jet.
Well, at the time, they were very, very desperate. The Cleveland Browns were. So you feel that a team's that desperate, you ask for everything, and,
Apparently, he's putting out videos on TikTok playing college football 26 while on this jet with his wife.
There you go. That's a flex. Yeah. A flex.
And then
it's not a Seattle, we got a deal type of flex, but it's a pretty good flex.
And then it looks like KC Concepcion continues to drop passes at practice.
Oh, no.
So that was I don't know. We'll see.
And that is something I invest in. Only because coming out of college, that was one of the negatives, were the drops with KC Concepcion. And so in-game action, games that matter, drops were an issue, and there may be a little bit of that going on already. Okay. Not great news.
Hey, Seattle, we got a deal.
Shout out to Russell Wilson, man. That's how you do it. That's how you
see y'all in the morning.
I got to get back to work.
Where?
Okay. We saw where.
CBS.
CBS.
And the C stands for Sierra.
All right, so I was looking at this.
There was Sierra's BS. Very different from Rothman's normal BS.
Wow.
It's an endearing
Put some
thing,
context on that. Don't just throw that out there.
Hey, that was just an insight.
It sounds like the 3 hours of.
Oh,
no.
No, people know.
That's what I was asking.
We know
I don't
what you
overlook
bring.
this show.
Never.
I mean, I don't think I get enough credit for the fact that I do this 3 hours. Hang on, let me finish my sentence.
I wasn't recording, so you're good anyway.
I don't think I get enough credit for the fact that I do this job 3 hours a day unmedicated.
Oh.
Well,
you got to give me credit.
Yeah, but
now you got the full context.
I think he's got some drops from you that may argue your point about being some things you may have
floating
said.
pretty good. The pills are fine. I might be on pills. You don't know. Where can I find a good 8-ball?
You set yourself
walked myself
up.
into that. How about lately? I don't think I get enough credit lately.
AR, know how much we love you.
5 NFL teams.
You know what? You want some flowers right now? TLC, let's give the man some flowers.
No, I don't want any flowers. He threw out a random, what was the line you threw out?
Oh, I'm looking for a drop. So you're asking me?
We don't do that enough. That's why I love showering you.
5 NFL teams, I believe, have a scheduling quirk.
Okay.
That most teams, if not all, have not been able to overcome.
What's jumping out to you?
And so Kyle Shanahan had a ton to complain about when it comes to this year's schedule. And
I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday, so I can't guarantee who will be on our roster on Sunday.
Why did he have to say all that?
Who was that?
That was
Kyle Shanahan.
That was Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, that's
That's about his injury report.
I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday, so I can't guarantee who will be on our roster on Sunday.
So dark.
Thanks, Kyle.
It's just, why do you have to go that dark?
Exactly. Really, man? Like, just lighten up a little bit.
I'm okay with him trying to guarantee. I don't even know what analogy.
Nothing is a guarantee in life, there are no guarantees.
Correct.
Is what he's trying to
We don't
say.
need to go down the path of death.
Or just take it, make it personal. I could be fired before then.
He
I
basically told that media member, I hope I see you on Sunday to let you know.
Jeez. Take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
Exactly.
All right, so the Niners are one of these teams. And it's a disadvantage that no team has ever overcome. So here's the disadvantage. There are 5 teams that are scheduled to play an international game this year, followed by a game against a team coming off a bye. Yeah. I thought that game as well. The Niners have to play in Week 11 and then follow that up in Week 12 against the Seahawks coming off a bye. So the Niners are going to be dealing with this international travel in Week 11, and the Seahawks get to sit at home. That's a huge advantage. Huge. The NFL's first international game was played 20 years ago. And in the 20 years, the league has done a decent job to try to avoid putting teams in this situation. But in 20 years, there have been only 4 times in which a team coming off an international game faced a team coming off a bye. And guess what? None of them have ever won.
Wow.
And the Bengals head to Spain to face the Falcons. And 1 week later, guess who they host on Sunday Night Football? The Pittsburgh Steelers, who should be pretty fresh. They'll be coming off a bye. It's just interesting to me.
That is very interesting.
Sweet.
How about this one?
From the Steelers.
Week 10, the Lions go to Germany to play the Patriots. It starts a stretch where they have to play 3 games in 11 days. So after they play the Patriots in Munich, they fly back to the States to face Tampa, and the Bucs will be coming off, you guessed it, a bye.
3-11 is nasty work.
The Niners, this is for both the Niners and my Vikes. Both teams are playing in Mexico City, and they both got the double whammy. They come back to the Bay, the 49ers do, to take on Seattle in Week 12, and Seattle will be, you guessed it, coming off a bye. The Vikings are going to face the Falcons in Week 12, and Atlanta will be coming off a bye. So I'm just pointing this out is it's not all season long, but I think it could have some cumulative effect.
Yeah.
Like even if you lose the game, like your body, like the whole thing. So you get hit with the jet lag and all the travel, and then a team coming off a bye. Maybe somebody will actually reverse the curse this year, but it's not just, by the way, it's not just the 49ers, though. The Bengals, Eagles, Lions, Vikes, they got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles face the Jaguars in London in Week 5, and in Week 6, they come back and take on Carolina. They're coming off a bye.
Oof. The Niners' schedule is, I think it's brutal. Looking at it outside of what you mentioned, they're starting their season on the road in Australia. So they're getting 2 international games. Their bye week is week 8. They get an early game on the road against Seattle week 5. And then the other stuff that you mentioned with Seattle waiting for them coming back across the pond as well, coming off a bye week 2. And so I think the Niners are up against it this year in week 16 and 17, or week 16 is at Kansas City, and then they host the Philadelphia Eagles a week later. So, Niners, man, that is a grind of a schedule. IMO.
Well, General, the world's a big place. Luckily, my needs are small. As it turns out, I have an affinity for beachfront property.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Australia.
TLC, I need you. This is your thing.
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Nope.
Draft Day.
Nope.
Jurassic Park.
Nope.
Scarface.
No.
Leave the World Behind.
Never heard of it.
It was that Obama movie a couple years ago or something on Netflix.
Superman 2.
Wow.
Gene Hackman.
That's a tough pull.
I know.
That's a tough pull right there.
It was Mean Gene, though.
What was the movie yesterday that I'd never heard of before? Like Scott Burlington or something?
Oh, no. He had never heard of... Okay, so I was in the I was in the hallway and somebody yelled something about knowing somebody, or if you'd heard of him. And I yelled down the hallway to Fish, and I said, I didn't say I didn't know who he was. I said I'd never heard of him. And TLC said, that's got to be a line. I said, it is. It's from the incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Not Scott Burlington, like I just said.
It's just crickets. You'd never heard of it.
Scott Burlington. I've heard of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Great movie. Jim Carrey, Steve Carell, Steve Buscemi. It's a good movie.
I forgot to mention this. I'll mention it when we come
about
back.
Magicians.
Tease it. I'd love to know what you're thinking.
Clock integrity. That somebody was surprised that you didn't know a certain actor that I brought up last week because you're the movie guru.
Okay.
They were a little surprised.
Okay.
We'll mention it next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
We're known for three things: games, conversation, and Common Man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
The lot is full and the deals are on. Let's get it started. At Lindsay Honda, we're kicking off the summer by giving you cash for your clunker. $3,500 minimum guaranteed for qualifying trade. Trade up to a new 2026 CR-V LX all-wheel drive CVT. Now just $339 a month. Or just $259 for a new 2026 Civic LX CVT. Let's get it started. Cash for clunkers is back at Lindsay Honda. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details. Remember the old days when football used to have an off-season? Well, we at the Fan think that really sucked. That's why we bring you Austin and Byrne, America's #1 resource for Buckeye football conversation, is voted by Fake Surveys Incorporated. Catch their daily podcast called The Beat and their breaking news podcast, Snap Judgments, as they broadcast live from Roosters on Mondays, and they come right to your house and massage your tender areas. They'll do it all. Austin and Byrne on the Fan's YouTube channel and 10 TV+.
Welcome back to That Lux Life. It's your boy, Will Winmore. Today's guest, the Millionaire Ball from the new Ohio Lottery Daily Draw game, Millionaire for Life. Hey-o! So if a player matches 5 numbers and the Millionaire Ball number, they win $1 million a year for life. Hey-o! Or $100,000 a year for life if they match just 5. Hey-o! Millionaire for Life is the game. Millionaire Ball is his name. Play Ohio's newest daily draw game for your chance to win for life. Players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 on 1460 AM, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday morning at 9 on 1460 AM.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and prevent storm damage. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Could see a chance of showers and thunderstorms as we go late afternoon and early evening. Otherwise, for most of us, the sunshine continues to build in throughout the day as highs soar into the low 90s, but with the humidity, could feel like we're in the mid to upper 90s. For tonight, lows down into the 70s again with partly cloudy skies, and then we'll see some chances of showers and thunderstorms heading into your Thursday. Breezy winds and highs in the low 90s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Free Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Before we get into that Brandon Ayuk thinks he has a new team, but it's only in his mind, I do want to mention that I think that the incredible Burt Wonderstone is something you guys would get a kick out of. I do. It's a good cast.
Yeah.
It's a funny deal, and there's that scene in the Magician's Bar. It's kind of like this. It's a funny movie. And the line that I was quoting was actually from Jim Carrey, because he has a rivalry with Steve Carell. Jim Carrey is this more of the sensational magician where, he'll hammer a nail into his forehead. But the weird part is it's not an illusion. Like he's just doing stuff. He's actually doing stuff like that. And when there's a real old, in this Magician's Bar, and there's a real old veteran retired magician.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't know who Rance Holloway is? We owe this man everything. He's the one that, and you don't know who he is? And that's when Jim Carrey says, I didn't say I didn't know who he is. I said I'd never heard of him. And I've always thought that was such a brilliant line. And I've clearly committed it to memory.
We'll add it to the list. Speaking of list, AR, how many movies do you think TLC has watched on the list?
You ask this question every time and has the same answer every time.
You haven't watched any of them.
Rhymes with hero.
I don't even know what's on the list anymore, so we'll just stop adding to it.
Wow.
By the way, I think I'm out of the... I think you're going to give me a little bit of reprieve on not knowing that actor, because I'd never seen any of his movies.
Yeah, there was someone...
I didn't say I didn't know who he is. Said I'd never heard of him.
Robert Pattinson. Was
Twilight.
the guy.
I never watched him.
Okay, you didn't tap into the latest, one of the newest Batman movies either, because I thought he did a good job in The Batman. There's a second one coming out. That was good. I think you would enjoy that because it got the Penguin in it. Colin Farrell's his version
Is
of
that the
the
one
Penguin.
you told me to watch before I watched The Penguin?
Yes.
Okay, I did watch it.
The movie. It's a grind of a movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Well,
I thought it was better than Batman Superman with Affleck. I wasn't really feeling that. The Batman I thought was really, really good.
I guess Robert Pattinson just hasn't penetrated the first tier.
I'm not surprised to hear that you never watched Twilight. That's not a surprise to me at all. But that's what I believe put him on the map. And he is going to be in what I think may be the movie of the summer.
Okay.
Called The Odyssey. And the cast is all-star level. When you're talking Matt Damon, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, John Bernthal, Charlize Theron's in this thing. I think I said her name right. But that's the caliber of acting that's going to be in The Odyssey. That's coming out, I think, next month. I can't wait for this movie.
That's a theater for you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in the IMAX theater for that one, for sure. Think about the Roman Empire, kind of that stuff's going on. I think that's kind of the vibe of the movie I'm getting. Looks incredible. The cast is
I'm
awesome.
trying to remember the last movie I watched in a theater.
I've gone twice this year.
To see what?
Mercy.
Okay.
Chris Pratt. and the Project Hail Mary, which was a confusing movie.
I don't think I heard of that one.
Like, you need some sort of scientific chemistry degree to keep up with that one.
That ain't for me, then.
Maddie, I think it's been 3 years.
Oh,
since I've been in a theater.
Not that long. I was expecting maybe. What'd you see? Do you remember?
Yeah. I was in Chicago with my 2 nieces and nephew, and I watched the new Willy Wonka with Chalamet, ironically.
How was that?
It's good. It was decent. It's
better than Johnny Depp's.
Oh, that was
Willy
the
Wonka?
dark version.
He was strange.
The original's the best with Gene Wilder, and then that one with Johnny Depp was just way too dark. This one's a little more. This one's pretty good, and actually, Hugh Grant is awesome in it as one of the Oompa Loompas.
Okay, I haven't caught that one yet, but yeah, I like going to the movie theater. You guys know I'll go by myself. Solo dolo. Matty Ice going to the movie alone.
We got in a big debate at sand volleyball last Monday. If one of your friends, guy friends, asks you to go to the movies, and you're like, sure, man, let's go. And he goes, all right. And you go, who's coming with us? And he goes, no, just me and you. Are you going?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Is that weird?
There was a big divide between the girls and the guys in the group of like, the girls are like, oh, yeah, like, we'll totally go with our friends. And we're like, why would we go to the movies with just one guy friend?
Oh, because to me, then you're caught up in what other people think. And I don't care about that. Like, I'm not going to take myself from going to see a good movie because I care about other people seeing me with another guy? Is that what the thinking was?
It was just like, I wouldn't go out of my way to do I wouldn't even think to do that. If somebody else asked me, I'd be like, sure, but we got to do urinal rules where there's like one in the middle.
Oh, my God. So you would go and buy 3 seats just to have a seat between the two of you?
Movie theater is packed all the way nowadays.
Well, if you go see, a popular movie, I don't think you can get away with that.
If we're reclining.
Oh, I don't know. I think you guys are overthinking that a little bit. That's just me.
Sit one chair.
I think you guys are overthinking that a little bit and caring too much what people think about what you guys are doing. What I've kind of wrapped my mind.
What are you going to be doing?
We're not sharing popcorn. We're definitely not doing
I agree with that. I agree with that.
We're not needing out of one popcorn bucket. I don't care if I'm not even that hungry. I'll get the full thing.
Oh,
or we may have to kill the music for this story.
Uh-oh.
Just because we're
something sad's
coming.
Oh,
I want to be able to hear this.
Oh, okay.
Because
I thought like
no, there's nothing breaking.
That's like in radio, folks. When you take the music away, usually you're getting to something serious.
Yeah, it's time to eulogize somebody.
What's going on?
It's the Brandon Ayuk. He's out of his mind. He's trying to apply pressure to the Niners, but he's doing it through social media, which I guess is normal for a lot of people now. So he went on Instagram, and he's trying to imply something about the Niners for not releasing him. And you asked Schefter about earlier today. He's like, well, why would they release him now? They don't owe him anything. Now, he was back at it again. We haven't even played the first one, suggesting that the Niners were upset that they signed him to this massive deal, which maybe they are, $120 million a couple of years ago. And so I don't know. I think he's a little confused about the year, but I don't know what you're going to play here, but I don't even know if we're going to understand it.
You want the today or the yesterday?
Whatever you prefer.
Well, we'll play the updated version. This one makes a little more sense. The first one was straight gibberish, but this is a little bit more piggybacking off of your lead-in.
And another thing, you want to know why they really mad, though? They mad because they stupid and dumb. They mad that they pay me $50 million in 8 months, and they avoided my guarantees for 2027. And I'm about to be on a new team in 2027. They mad at they selves for real. Acting like they mad at me, but they stupid ass mad at they self.
He's confused. First of all, his 2026 guarantees were voided. So he wants to be on a new team this year. So he's posted, and he posted photos of himself wearing
a Washington Commanders hat. And I saw as well, he follows like 5 Instagram accounts.
Well, you know who we went to college with.
JD. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is this guy at Arizona State. And that's one of the 5 that he follows. It's Jaden Daniels, the Commanders, his wife, his own brand, and I think maybe another family member. And so, yeah, he's obviously trying to do everything he can to get out of San Francisco. And I heard what Schefter said earlier. I just think now it's at a point to where it's just like, it's not doing you any good to have this story continue to evolve in a negative way to the way that it is. And so trade the guy and just let's get this.
I mean, I don't know what's happening here, but he's not figuring into their plans. I agree with that because he's on the reserve list. The 49ers don't have to pay him while he's on that list. He doesn't count against their roster. So to come off that list, he's got to submit a letter to the NFL and request reinstatement, and he's way off. Vandalay Industries, you're way off.
He's way off, but I still think he's going to get what he wants at the end of the day. Because what other teams are going to trade for him when he's making it abundantly clear that I want to be a Commander? So then you and I are going to trade for him if we're the New York Giants, because he's going to throw a fit as soon as he gets here. So Washington, San Francisco, get on the phone, do business, and get this over with.
Oh, they're fine. Yes, their phones are open. I agree with that. But San Fran's kind of holding steady. They got a 28-year-old who was great during their Super Bowl run.
He's just
hasn't played since. By the way, he's had knee injuries.
Wait a minute. He's already gotten his extension, right?
Yeah, he did.
Well, then anybody should trade for him. What's he going to do? Hold out for the rest of the next 5 years?
No, but a guy that's doing this stuff, do you want to trade for him and deal with this?
And what are you giving up to get him?
That's the other part of it, too. I hear what you're saying, but I just think to me, it's Commanders or bust, because I'm not trading for Brandon Ayuk and having him make videos about us.
He hasn't played in a couple of years, and he's had a knee injury.
Yeah.
So I just think he's doing some mental gymnastics over this, and who knows whether it'll happen. All right, we'll come back in 2 minutes. Our friend Ari Wasserman covering college football for On 3. Will Texas Tech stand by their man? We'll ask him next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling, and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180. Increase flexibility, strength, and endurance. Breaking 100, 90, even 80 could be just 40 pounds away. Results this summer with the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
For decades, Morgan & Morgan has represented hundreds of thousands of people at their hour of need. Injuries on the job, car crashes, medical malpractice, and nursing home abuse, Social Security claims, dangerous drugs, and dangerous products. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason, and no firm is even close. Then we got to thinking, what if we could prevent these terrible events before they occurred? So we built the AI-powered People Protector. Simply visit peopleprotector.com and type in the product you have questions about before you buy it. Children's toys and accessories, cars, drugs, products, you name it, we got it. With our success, we decided to pay it forward for all of America. Our way of saying thank you for your trust all these years. Morgan & Morgan, protecting America. And if you've already been injured, just visit us at forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman, and for the longest time, I figured the less I did, the less I'd hurt. Well, I figured wrong. Something always happens, and when it does, I've always gone to Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. They rank #1 in Ohio and top 5 in the nation for orthopedics. So whether you're struggling with ongoing pain or facing a sudden orthopedic injury, you can always schedule an appointment directly with their physicians. No referral required. Start with the specialists. Start at orthopedic1.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
True to his name, Matty Ice wears a winter coat in the middle of summer. He lives the gimmick, man. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, he's our friend from On 3. One of the best in the biz covering college football. Does it all. Our friend Ari Wasserman is with us now on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. My man, welcome back. How's summer going?
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Living the dream. How are you?
Good, my friend. All right. So there's national outrage, and I guess that's good over Sorsby. Probably because he's so good and he could impact things this year, because Tech, even without him, is probably pretty good with him. Maybe they're challenging for a title. So I understand why people are up in arms. If this was a backup offensive lineman that was suing or wanted to, maybe there'd be a narrative, but you and I probably wouldn't be talking to this extent about it. But it is Brendan Sorsby. So you tell me, what's your prediction? What is happening next? Is Texas Tech going to stand by their man this entire way because he's so good?
Well, if we back up a second, I actually think that anybody in college football who got caught gambling on teams they were on, whether they're an important figure or not, was probably a pretty transcendent courtroom decision. Like, I think that, this is a very crazy case to unpack because it hits on so many different levers of interest in college football. One, it's, gets to the core of the issue that if you can't even enforce this rule, which is the most layup obvious rule, not just in college football, but just in sports in general, then you probably can't enforce anything, which is why I think a lot of people are very upset about it. But, I also think that Texas Tech is an interesting dynamic because they are already ruffling, or were already ruffling feathers in the college football community by throwing some money around to try to crack into the cool kids club. And I do think that, if I'm talking to a predominantly Ohio State audience and, did the same earlier with Texas and LSU on radio appearances, that there is a gatekeeping mechanism, I believe, or feeling that if you aren't already one of the made men in college football, then there's a resentment towards the people who are trying to spend money in order to crash that party. So with Sorsby in general, you have a quarterback who was the crown jewel of quarterback transfers in this past cycle, who already went to Texas Tech for what people presume is money only. And now Texas Tech is doing what it can and has done what it can to stand by him during a time that's supposed to be it's an eliminatory, or it's an action that should eliminate you from competition. So you have all these different things that make it even more interesting than before. And I've been asked this question all day, which is, what do I think is going to happen next? I think he's going to play next. Now, Joey McGuire was at the Houston Touchdown Club just, I think, in the last hour and said it would be a stretch if he returned for Game 3 because he's dealing with a lot of stuff, and hopefully, that's the where things are at. But in terms of whether he's going to play or not, he'll play if they want him to play or if he's able to play, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And until somebody tells me what can be done, that won't be sued into oblivion and lose in order to stop him from playing, given the current confines of this judge's ruling, why would I have any other reason to believe that he wouldn't play? And Texas Tech, if they weren't going to stand by him after he beat the case, why would they stand by him before it?
Ari, when it comes to his on-the-field play, where does he stack up for you amongst the, let's say, the grouping of, Arch Manning and C.J. Carr and Dante Moore, like amongst the guys that we may be talking about as top 10 picks if everything works out for them? Is he that caliber of quarterback in your opinion?
I think he's probably a B-tier player, and I mean that with all due respect. Like, if you want to talk about guys who are going to be top 5 picks in the NFL draft, I'm not necessarily sure that that's where he should be or belongs. But a lot of that, too, might be NFL stuff that doesn't really pertain to how good you are in college. Maybe he's a better college prospect than he is a pro prospect. But certainly worth the trouble. They spent all this money on him to bring him in, and I think that the estimations for his income at Texas Tech this year are in the neighborhoods of $5.5 to $6 million in total income. You don't spend that type of money if you don't perceive him to be that. Now, I know there's reason to neg his game. Maybe he's not as big, or he's 0-11 in November games the last 2 years. Like, there's reason for concern. But Texas Tech evaluated him, and they've done a hell of a job evaluating. I think if you haven't been paying attention to what Texas Tech has done, yes, they're spending money, and yes, they're getting players that they otherwise probably wouldn't have gotten without that money, but they've done a good job evaluating who to bring in, and their outputs at Tech have been amazing. Their best players last year were really good players before they came to Texas Tech, and they had their best years at Texas Tech last year. So, I trust those evaluations. I mean, James Blanchard, their head personnel guy, is one of the most respected and, lauded personnel people in the entire country. So, I don't know that I would put him up with Dante Moore or, Arch Manning even, who still has his best football, I believe, ahead of him. I do think that he's a huge impact, especially considering the fact that Texas Tech needed him to come in and rejuvenate their offense or bring life into their offense after they were shut out in the playoff by Oregon a year ago.
Yeah. Yes, they've got serious momentum to try to keep. Who has, Ari, in your mind, generated the biggest buzz here in the offseason, team-wise? Would it be the obvious? Would it be Lane Kiffin going to Baton Rouge? Is it Texas reloading to try to get revenge on Ohio State and get into this thing this year? Notre Dame to try to break through, Indiana to go for a defense of the title, which is hard to imagine. Miami was so close. I'm throwing a lot at you, but who do you think's created a lot of buzz, momentum for the offseason?
Well, I guess it just depends on what you mean by buzz. If you mean like noise, I think Texas Tech by far, because they also had this quibble with Texas last week too. They've been the star of the offseason. In fact, I've seen a lot of memes online that have made me laugh of, Lane Kiffin getting ready to be the villain and like Texas Tech standing behind him like, watch your back, because Texas Tech has all of a sudden become that. But in terms of just excitement, in terms of being good,
yeah,
I think LSU obviously has got, LSU is probably the star of that show because of the circus that Lane Kiffin, created when he left Ole Miss last year, carrying over into the offseason, but then a tremendous amount of money that program invested into their roster, not just in Brian Kelly's buyout, but also paying Lane Kiffin a record number to get him to go there. And then, of course, the huge investment they made in their roster and the turnover of a lot of stars came into play. And I think that they probably have their top 6 players probably stack up quite well against everybody else's top 6 players in the country. But, my preseason national championship pick would be Texas. I think that they have the best players top to bottom on their team, and they've been knocking at the door the last few years and haven't really broken through, and I think eventually it's bound to happen, and that would be the team that I would choose to win the national championship if you're asking me here on June 10th.
Ari, here in our last minute, I want to ask you about Alabama and what do you think they're going to look like coming out of the tunnel this year. Ty Simpson moves on. He's now an L.A. Ram. DeBoer has obviously got a good track record as a coach, as you know, but now here he is, I believe, in maybe year 3 or 4 in Tuscaloosa. What do you think they're bringing to the field this season?
My colleague Chris Lowe did a power rankings of SEC, and he's as plugged into the SEC as anybody in the country. And he had Alabama ranked 7th in his power rankings coming into the season. And that's a jarring thing to see if you're not used to, Alabama's always number 1, And I think that it's kind of a crapshoot on what to expect from them. They have 2 very young, good quarterbacks, and one of them is Keelan Russell, the 5-star from the Dallas area who's very talented and could take the sport by storm. They've recruited very well at the last 3 cycles, which means that they should have a pretty robust, depth chart. But they didn't really make as many splashes as that you would anticipate in the portal in comparison to some of the other teams that we've been talking about on this show. So I think they're going to be very good. I don't know if they're going to be great, which is, maybe a realization that Alabama fans are probably going to have to start to understand and accept moving forward, because frankly speaking, I don't think that they're moving with the same types of checkbooks that you're seeing from some of the other teams that are being really aggressive. And I wonder if, the talent that has been amassed there over the past 15, 20 years under Nick Saban's leadership is going to have a major pullback simply just because Alabama can't afford to keep up with that arms race right now.
Ari, how complete is Oregon this year? I know with Dante Moore coming back, it's massive, but how complete are they? Is this their year, do they believe?
My number one tenet when it comes to college football is the teams that are consistently in the mix over and over and over again, eventually the ball bounces their way. From an Ohio State perspective, think about how much talent has come through that door. They've won 1 national championship in the past decade, right? It's not an easy thing to do. And teams that haven't done it don't get the benefit of the doubt of being a blue blood because, Ohio State had titles in 2014 and 2002 and consistent winning to back that up. Oregon doesn't have that, but guess what? They've been every bit as consistent on the national scale as anybody else in college football. Their roster is deep and talented. I think their coach is one of the best young coaches in college football. They've got a top 5 pick at quarterback coming back. The receivers are awesome. They brought Coy Parrish in to play safety. From top to bottom, Oregon is as talented as anybody in the country, and I think they're bound to break through. They're kind of in that same Texas tier with me of teams that are very good, teams that people like to make fun of, but teams that are probably going to win big eventually.
All right, my man, great stuff. He wrote his Big Ten power rankings. You can check him out on X. He's at Ari Wasserman, covering college football at On3. You the man. Thanks for your time, bud. Be well, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Anytime you guys need me, give me a call. All
awesome. Right. We appreciate it. It's Ari Wasserman. Just plugged in. Just always plugged in. Gives you a real objective take. And, Oregon, he mentioned, we talked about Oregon. We talked about Texas. We didn't ask about Indiana because I think people believe that defending is way too much to think about.
Yeah, like Ari said,
they
winning
could just make the playoff. I think
a good way to follow up what they did last year, for sure.
All right, we come back and tell the truth next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
I think I'm like a hard 6.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The AC stopped cooling. I'm melting in here. I need someone to come and make this hot air disappear.
In a flash, I'll be there to tame the desert air. I won't leave till you're nice and cool. You'll love how much we care. $100 off your cooling repair. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Craving the O? Now it comes to you. For loyal fans, the O on Lane is now offering the O on the Go catering delivery. Perfect for the office or any group. Order boxed lunches or group catering right now at theoonlane.com. The O on the Go, delivered fresh, delivered easy.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn out windows could be the culprit. Broken seals and old frames let your cool air escape, and with summer just getting started, it's only going to get hotter. Upgrade your house's windows now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Built with top-quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, Window Nation's windows fit perfectly and lock in the air. Upgrade today, and your home will stay cooler this summer and warmer in the winter. Plus, your home stays comfortable year-round, and you could even see lower energy bills the first month. They're so good, Window Nation offers a lifetime warranty, and they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com to book a consultation. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Sometimes a girl in my class doesn't bring anything to eat for lunch.
The truth is, in America, 1 in 5 kids worry about their next meal.
I want everybody to have yummy food.
So do we. That's why Kroger donates surplus fresh food from our shelves to your local food bank. We've provided over 3.5 billion meals through our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan. Visit Kroger.com to see how you can help fight hunger and waste in our community.
Because nobody should have an empty tummy.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
High energy bills? Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with Columbus Worthington Air. Smart homeowners know an old air conditioner can cost you more every month. Don't let it drain your wallet. Upgrade to efficient, reliable comfort with payment options that fit your budget. Backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Bo Bishop and Dom Taberry. Dom remembers when Bo was a young whippersnapper, and Bo remembers when Dom wasn't part ape.
And then Yolanda one time wanted to wax my knuckles.
Tuesdays with Taberry.
Sponsored by Green & Sons.
Tuesdays at 10:30 on The Fan. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by KD HVAC, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right. Before we hit the finish line, what was the Wemby cover?
And sad I have to say this, I don't know if this is AI'd or not, but I guess the New York Post today has on the cover a wanted sign with Wemby pushing Jalen Brunson in the back of the head. The play that we were talking about earlier where I think the Knicks need to get their lick back on Wemby. I guess that's the cover of the New York Post, AR. It says, wanted for crimes against the Knicks. Alias Wemby, height 7'4", nationality French, charge flagrant foul.
Is it like an old school Western style too? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like all gold or like
maybe some burnt edges.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a cowboy.
So it's a thing, AR. Like I
got the knight on my side.
I think they're trying to light a fire under their team. Yeah. Why wouldn't they? I mean, the fans are fighting more than the players.
They're fighting each other.
That's what I mean.
Knicks fans.
Rabid.
They're insane, man. If they win, I'm terrified what they're going to do to the city. Terrified.
What's the over-under on arrests?
Oh, 100.5?
Triple digits.
Something like that. I don't know. Something crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, they
want to hit back tonight.
Of course, and they should. And like I said, it doesn't need to be dirty, but I think the Spurs have gotten away with a lot. And I thought the thing with Brunson was a stretch too far. So, yeah, you got to know we're here as well.
I've watched the video a couple times. They're tangled up. What I think was the weird part was that Wemby's so much taller. So when Wemby pushes him, he's essentially pushing the back of his head.
It's
not, you know what I mean?
It was, to me, excessive, a non-basketball play. The combination of that, Castle running over guys, going back to last year, Wemby whispering in the ears to some of his teammates when they're coming in the game, those guys immediately hacking the dudes for OKC. Like enough of this with the Spurs.
You can't just get off of me, though. Like Brunson was...
You could, but there's other ways you can get a dude off.
Brunson's trying to post up at the top of the key.
It was the grabbing of his neck and then pushing the back of his head and just all of it. Like if that happened to you as a teammate.
He grabbed his neck?
Yeah, with his right hand. If you catch it, like he didn't.
I think his right hand's kind of on his shoulder.
You love playing defense attorney. This is your thing. I think in the next life, you'd be a tremendous defense attorney. The league agrees with you because they didn't deem this a flagrant foul. I'm not saying it should have been a flagrant foul. I'm just saying if this happens to your star player, you can't allow that.
I'm with you on that, and I love Brunson.
That's all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, somebody's got to get a hard tech tonight on Wemby. Start the game, too.
I mean, he grabbed him by the neck and threw him to the ground. I think it's a little much. He pushed him. Brunson went down. It was a little bit of a shove. Yeah. It should have been a foul.
Yeah. But that's just not
flagrant.
That's not at all a basketball play that we would deem a hard foul. That's my problem with it. That's not like a hard screen or a hard, hit him on the forearm when he's got an easy layup or anything like that.
Dirty?
Oh.
Dirty?
Dirty.
Excessive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very excessive.
I think it was dirty.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Didn't try to undercut him coming to the hoop.
I agree,
yeah.
but I think it was excessive. I think it's appropriate.
Yeah. All right, TLC, take us home.
All right, so the A's are getting a little bit of a warm-up in Las Vegas. They're playing at, I think, their own AAA affiliate at their stadium. And apparently the ball is flying in Vegas, so they are in a series with the Brewers. They played 2 games already. Game 3 is tonight. Game 1 was a final score of 15-14 with 11 home runs. 12-inning game, so there's a little bit extra there, but still. And then game 2 last night was 7-5 with 6 home runs combined between the A's and the Brewers. Jeez. So it's a 2-game sample size, but are you concerned about Las Vegas being a gimmicky atmosphere once they actually move there?
Yes, but I love it. I love that. And the only reason why I love it, TLC, is because this isn't widespread around the league. If this was, let's say, 10 ballparks that were this way to this level, then I'd be like, okay, what are we doing? But yeah, it's one launching pad around the league I don't have an issue with it. I think it's entertaining.
It's a hitter-friendly park.
Yeah.
Right? This is the AAA affiliate?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be moving. This is not going to happen. If the new ballpark is similar to this, then yeah, they're going to face a lot of challenges. And by the way, very similar to the Rockies when that happened.
Correct. And we also don't need to
you don't want to be a pitcher there.
We don't need to make everything about the pitchers either. Not every pitcher needs to have, the best pitching ballpark everywhere they go. Let them work through some things too. Give the hitters, some love every once in a while. My boy J. Lou probably not loving that. My boy Ryan Clark ain't loving that either. Former big league pitchers, but
their new stadium's going to be dome, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'll be
retractable.
Some of the renderings
you can't play out there in the middle of the summer.
Some of the renderings did look like
30 degrees,
half and half.
Is that tolerable? Oh, it's tolerable.
You got.
It's going to be like a humidor in there.
Got to have it.
Yeah.
I look over. There's a crank right in my face. Larry Brown.
Thank you, Toby.
It's National Iced Tea Day. Are you in or out on iced tea being better than lemonade?
No chance. I'm a lemonade guy all day and tomorrow. Give me lemonade 10 out of 10 times over iced tea.
We know Tyvus
that
is.
Cool, refreshing drink, lemonade. Wow.
Because then you can get strawberry lemonade,
Oh, the flavors, the options.
And if you want to just, cop out of the question, just say you prefer Arnold Palmer.
I would like to do that.
Okay. There you go.
I would like to opt out.
Good way of not answering.
Give me an Arnie.
There's Tell the Truth for today. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. Nicole Sheeran stops by at 3:30. Jeff Rimmer joins the boys at 5:30.
We will come back tomorrow at high noon. Join us then. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Common Man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy.